It's Sunday, and we're running a little late, but if this is your first time tuning in, this is the Love Live. It is a safe space. And what do we mean by safe space? We mean this is a place that you can come and vent and talk, or you can join in the conversation that we're having. We are not psychiatrists here at the Love Live, but if you want to call in and vent, we're here to listen. This week, of course, we've got our host, the Bronze Beauty.
What's
And
up,
don't forget our co-host, CEO Anna. What's up?
Hey y'all, welcome to the
So,
Love Live.
welcome back to the Love Live. And then, of course, we got I wouldn't say a special guest, but he is a panelist regularly, Mr. Bad Luck.
What's happening? What's happening? We in this thing.
We
Period.
here. So, it's Sunday, and what's our topic for the day, Delia?
Today we're gonna go into boundaries. We got to talk about boundaries because people don't have none. People do have some. People don't know how to discuss them. People don't feel comfortable sharing them. And some people actually need to learn that they need to gain some. All the levels. We need to just talk about all of them.
all the boundaries?
All the boundaries.
Mm. Does boundaries correspond in morals too?
They need to sometimes.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
That's when your oral boundaries need to be moral. Bro, like what your mouth do should matter to you.
That's true because dental health is like the most critical health to have overall. It literally controls everything in the body.
And throat herpes is a thing.
What?
Wait, this one.
What?
What?
It is. I'm just saying.
Fuck genital herpes. We ain't talking about genital herpes. We talking
Hey,
about
Right.
throat
We're
herpes.
talking about them in
If
your
you
throat.
spending a large amount of time talking about and you ain't thinking about what can happen in the back of there, you need a throat boundary.
What is if you doing what now? What did you say? What?
You know what, bad luck? Due to the fact, if this might have been like a few weeks back, I just might have redid that. But you know what? Nope. It's a nope. Nope. But that oral
Hopefully, whatever
boundary.
that is, nobody doing it like that.
Yeah. Oh, they not?
Ah,
Oh, my bad.
ah.
My bad. Now I feel terrible, and I got my old ass hands on my old ass face, like. But no, like that, yeah. The oral boundaries, ever since the whole eating of everything has come, that's like a thing. Everybody eating everything.
It's the sin of gluttony.
Get there. Yep. Can't
It's
afford
the sin of
groceries, but
gluttony.
eating them. I'm at.
What's up with it? Can y'all hear
Okay.
me?
You came in
Yeah.
a sentence that was awkward. That was awkward for me to say.
Yeah,
So, if y'all didn't
I
know,
work.
Matt's in the house tonight. Matt is look like he's driving, but we'll get Matt in the
Yeah.
conversation. Well, so what's the topic again, Delia?
And the current topic is boundaries. We were currently discussing boundaries.
Say
I'm
oral
just so happy that the
boundaries.
wall is back.
Oh yeah, because I had to put other items up just in case
I'm trying to
Bam
get
came
my
back.
wall together, Lord.
Every time Bam come on, my wall get disintegrated. You know what? that came out.
Motherfuckers fall.
Yeah. I done,
She got the knife.
Hell no.
hey, oh man, hey, see what I'm saying?
There go that cough again.
Yeah. As soon as she come back up, the whole wall about to fall.
Y'all, why you don't even bring him up? Anyway, just don't even do it. Just leave it alone. But yeah, I did. I finally put the wall back up, so we in the game. I wish a lot of women's walls would come back. I'm just saying. You know what?
Come back.
Wow.
Some stuff once it's gone is there's no
My thing
return.
though is how many is he messing with ain't got no walls? Because after a while, it ain't the walls, boo. It's the inner. Maybe you just
The
you ain't.
inner.
You know how they say you could throw a hot dog down the hallway. There are Vienna sausages too.
You might be on something.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Might
There we
be,
go. Tell the truth,
you
shame the
might have a
devil.
point or two.
Yeah, I do. I feel like because there are people like there's a boundary. You don't get to go and buy a Magnum because you think I want to see you have a Magnum if you can't fit the Magnum.
That's true.
If it's
Agreed.
sliding off, then what difference do it?
Yeah, and that's the thing I'm saying. You got your little turtleneck sweater arriving looking uncircumcised. That's not okay.
Well, then that goes into the. Is it the size that matters?
Oh, that was a topic to talk about. I feel like it should be a boundary though. I feel like it should be a fairness because why doesn't the man know, you can't fit that? So why you gonna play this game right now? Why won't you respect yourself enough to wear the right size? That's like going and buying the Stafford. You know you wear a small, you gonna buy extra large Stafford?
Lotto, I don't fit you.
Women do it.
We do what?
What, buy two small panties? Because that ain't smart.
No, them little ass swimsuits. I seen the girl on there talking about they don't never got no small or no medium swimsuits. Cause all the motherfuckers that wear larges got these motherfuckers pulled up. Tell the truth,
Yeah.
shame the devil in here now.
Hey, that's hilarious.
I like a swimsuit though.
I want to
That's
talk
what-
about, so let me get this straight. So larger women are buying little swimsuits? Because I thought that was like not a thing. That's a thing?
That's what I'm trying to understand.
Y'all go a couple sizes under with a lot of stuff. So don't just bash the fellas about them not respecting themselves and knowing themselves and being in tune with themselves.
I would like to vouch for a large amount of women when I say that our tags say one size fits most.
I'd like to vouch
Right.
for
All the
women,
leggings.
too.
I'm just saying, it's a most.
No.
I just some of the women just don't know if they included in the most. That's all. Some of them don't know that. They don't know if they in most or not.
And the difference is the condom don't say that, and you know if you include it or not.
Damn, the condom don't say that, and niggas walk right up to the box, knowing they can't fit it. Like, yeah, this gonna be the one.
Come on,
This
can
gonna
I
give
get
her
a
what she
Magnum,
needs.
sir? Stop playing and get a
That is
lifestyle.
true though, and I know, like, so I know that there's no way for a guy to know what the hole is like before entering, but you definitely know what you got before you go to deal with the hole.
Right.
You know what you got going on. Like, stop the madness.
Right.
So what's the boundary in that shit?
What you mean boundary? Like as far as
You don't you gotta set
being
the
real
boundary.
with yourself.
Yeah, being real with yourself and be like, you know what? I'm gonna pull out this Durex with confidence because I'm gonna tear that ass up tonight.
I mean, and that's totally possible, but
I feel like it should be possible.
I feel
But are
like
you doing it
shit.
in the, like, do
I
you
feel
think
like
that guys who have to wear Durex put the condom on with the lights on or off? Like, do you think that they're ashamed?
I think they're ashamed. But I don't see what you're ashamed. You need to be more ashamed to not have one. That would be the shame.
For real.
Like,
That's for real.
seriously, you worried about the condom manufacturer, and I'm concerned you didn't bring one.
Right. Truly.
That's a boundary.
That is a
Yeah.
boundary.
Yeah, most definitely making sure you tell these niggas out here to either bring condoms or you have one in your drawer too.
Very much
yeah,
so.
I'ma always have
Which
mine.
is funny because, you know, that's a discussion, I guess, that is a boundary that has been a problem. I've heard dudes be like, man, girls don't be asking about no condoms. And when they do, I feel away. But why? Like, if you're not carrying one and she don't got one, I don't know. What is there? That's no boundaries, right?
Yeah, that's no boundaries
That's
at
not
all.
self-respect. Like,
Bad luck. Do they gotta have a condom? You the only guy on here. So
yeah. If she ain't my woman, then I can't do it like that. That's exclusive action. I can't speak for all the fellas because we ain't here, but hey, you feel me? Yeah.
I'm gonna speak for all the fellas and say this, goddamn it. You better not pull out no condom. What you do? Like, if you don't got a condom, right? If you're fellas in the comments, if you don't got a condom and then the shorty pull out the condom, what do you think?
I don't trust that motherfucker.
Yeah,
and that's sad, but that ain't the first time I've heard that. But keep in mind, we've pulled them out because men have literally poked holes in them. But I've heard men say women have too. So the trust thing is all bad. But it's like, I have these for my protection just in case you don't. Because, hey, I didn't know that we were going to get here. It just so happened we getting along and here we are. If you already got them, I might feel the way about that. Like, so you just got the condoms. Like, you just walk around ready to fuck every second.
So it's
that's how y'all feel. Like y'all feel the woman got the condom that she walking around fucking like that.
Yeah, is that how y'all feel?
Yes.
If they
Damn.
just in the
That's
drawer,
crazy. I always buy my condoms on my way there or go grab them before. Yeah, because I'm going to their
Cause
house.
you
They're
know
not
you
never coming to
giving
my
up some
shit.
coochie now. You knew it. You knew it. You ain't in
I'm not
denial.
about
You
to
knew
play
what you
with
about to
you.
do.
It
She
ain't.
said,
It
"I
ain't.
buy
It
mine
ain't
before
that
I
we
go.
knew.
Fuck it."
It's not that we knew. It's that we being prepared.
No, I knew. I probably called and asked for it. So yeah, I'm on my way. I'm about to go grab some condoms.
sometimes it's just a
And then so, and my
possibility.
question with that, because I
It's,
don't hear an issue with that. So if she arrived with him, that would be an issue for the dude. He would still feel away. When didn't he just
It's in
say?
the bag with the receipt. I couldn't have possibly done nothing. They're not open.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
yeah. Didn't you
if
just
it's in
save
a
$10?
box, I mean, if it's in a box, then that's different. But if they just some loosies, like some loose ass Newports, like where the fuck you get these?
Not some
But
loose ass Newports.
Just loosies.
like,
You can't have loosies.
Gotta stop effing strangers. Condoms wouldn't be a conversation. Get married, maybe. I know. Is that red pill? I know red pill ain't talking
Yes,
about marriage.
that's red
yeah,
pill.
Stop the
Red
madness.
pill is a
Get him
changed
out of here.
man.
don't. Hey.
Uh,
I'm a Starbucks cup of coffee, honey. Don't. He's talking about marriage.
He ain't serious. He ain't serious. What?
Look, wait. Hi,
Hi, red pill.
Red Pill.
Oh, this is Red Pill's comment on the screen.
Hi, Craig. What's up, peoples? How you doing? Anyway, I want to get back. I want to get back to bad luck. So bad luck. I call you, and I'm like, I'm on my way over there. Mind you, in my mind, I got in a mindset right now, but I ain't discussed it. So I stop at the store and I pick up a pack of them. Now I'm on my way to the restroom, whatever, go get a whiff because I be hearing about this. I would have already knew what my stuff is like before I get there, but whatever. I go in the bathroom,
Wait,
and then
that's
my
another.
purse
That's
fall
another
over
thing
and the
I want.
condoms
That's another
fall
thing I
out.
want to talk about too.
But
But
hold
we'll
on,
get
my
to it because that
condoms
shit
fall
funny.
out of my purse while I'm in the restroom.
Like a
We didn't
Newport.
discuss. We didn't discuss prior. Yeah, it got to fall out. One single condom fell out like a little Newport, just fell out like off of. Remember home boomerang when the. Anyway, it fell the hell out. All right, I'm in the bathroom. So while I'm in the bathroom, all right, what are you thinking? Now that you've seen that fall out of there,
I would have been thinking you wanted me to see it. Like what
dang!
kind of
Oh
shit?
Lord,
Is this
oh.
a game?
A
Is this a
setup,
jelly
right?
bean? It's a trail of jelly beans. What the fuck? Follow the magnet.
That's really
Now
how men
you gonna
think
think you
too.
want to
They
fuck
don't
in the
even.
bathroom.
It's not even
I
an
do.
in-depth
Okay,
thing.
we can definitely talk about that. So, like, listen, I've heard me personally, I have heard out of clients, just random chicks, all type of mouths of how they'll go to check themselves before a session,
You
and
should
then we see.
never. I mean, my opinion. That's cool, but why are you even in a state where you need to reassure yourself? Like, if you know you about to go get some dick, why aren't you fresh as you go? Why do you should never just need to check yourself? And be like, let me see if I'm cool. Like, what type of pussy do you
So there's
have?
a boundary. There's a boundary then, right? Because when I shared that meme the other day of the rolls, and I said, and it basically had a little face on the front, and it was like that if the rolls had a nose, this the face it would make. Hey, it was dudes up under there like, yeah, and they be trying to push our face in and knowing it stink. But my thing is, why are you down there if it stink? So where's
Right.
the man's boundary? Because
Yeah.
Too Short said it best. I was all up in it trying to hold my breath. So my thing is, how she know to wash it if you ain't telling her or stop hitting it? You still hitting that funky motherfucker. Then
Well,
that's why she ain't washing it.
for one, she smelled it first and foremost. That motherfucker come right up to her nose.
I think they be immune. They be
About
immune.
two rulers. She 2 rulers away from smelling that motherfucker. So
I'm
she
telling you right
smelled it
now,
first.
ain't nobody on this planet probably smell more booty hair than me because I'm a hairstylist. And I'm telling you right now, I got more married stank vaginas sitting in my chair than the single ones.
Ooh.
They didn't gave up on it. They didn't got comfortable.
I'm done. He said they
Okay.
gave up
That's
on
what
it.
happened. They didn't did this. They didn't let Jesus take the wheel with the married pussy and shit. Just let it go down. Everything that they did to
Wait,
get the
what?
nigga, they not
He
doing it.
said they gave up on it.
They
I'm
let
Let
done.
Jesus
Jesus
take
take
the
they let Jesus take the wheel. What?
So what's the
them be the
boundary
one.
in that though? Because if that's leading, if that's making somebody like step out for those reasons, how can a man tell his woman that it ain't smelling right without offending her? I wanna hear that. How do you
Maybe
get
she
that
need to
boundary?
be offended. The
How,
fuck?
Right. If she's
how
a
do you
grown
how
ass
do you get
woman,
that boundary out though? Because
if
it's
she
a
a grown ass
larger
woman that
amount.
needs, if she
It's
even
a
need to be told that as a grown ass woman, like how old are you, baby? Like, what the fuck? I shouldn't need to tell you about your own hygiene. Your personal hygiene that's the key. Personal. The person should have that shit under control. Should nobody never need to tell you that. And as a woman, you're supposed to remain fresh at all times. Shouldn't nobody people should be telling you how good you smell. Not
Right.
baby, you might want to hop in the shower quick but that would be my thing. I would be like, let's hop in the shower. I would play it off like I need one too.
Oh my God, you
I'm not
gonna
playing
get your ass
nothing
in there. Hey,
Get
this
your
is so
funky ass
irritating.
in the shower. Why
Now
do
you in
smell
there,
like
you in
that?
there rubbing her back. All right, so let's say y'all in the shower now, and the towel go down there, and you get a whiff of that. You get a whiff of that motherfucker while you in there. Now what?
You're throwing up.
Oh man, damn! It's strong in it. Washing it is still
Look how
strong.
he like.
He's like, is that strong?
It's still strong. It's still steamy.
What if you get a whiff of that plant while you in the shower
Look, man,
as it's rinsing down the drain?
something ain't right about that. And I abort
At
mission.
that point, she needs to go to the doctor.
Yeah,
For
abort
real,
the
for
mission.
real.
Let me
Like,
tell y'all the truth, man. Can I tell
That
y'all the
niggas is
truth?
gonna hit that still. They gonna hit it.
Can I
Abort
tell y'all the
mission.
real truth? Y'all ready for
Yes.
the truth?
Yes,
It's the pretty girls that stink sometimes.
it's facts.
It's always them. It's
No.
And the
never,
thin ones.
Not always.
and the really thin ones.
And the really thin ones be musty.
It's
Really?
I be
it's
skating with them.
never.
Come in the
It's
skating rink
never
musty.
the heavy women who smell a little bit.
I ain't gonna.
If you
I ain't
ever-
gonna, I ain't gonna say that. It's
I-
everything. It's all
it
across
is
the
definitely a
board.
majority. It's a category.
But
Bad
if
luck,
listen,
bad luck, you
listen,
stole
I'm
them all,
gonna
baby
take
boy.
the bet and say like Lizzo might smell better than Megan Good. Just life
Hell
experience told me
no.
that she.
No,
I
that
bet you
actually
Lizzo
is
don't-
true.
I
can
bet
get
you
this.
Lizzo don't
I
look like
stink.
she be musty under some expensive perfume.
Like, no, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I agree with him. Like, I feel like Kelly Price gonna smell a little better.
You
Little
already
better.
kind of thinking, you already self conscious.
Hey, bad luck didn't smell it all from it all.
I'm not about to play with nobody. So bad luck. What you thinking?
On which thing?
Who the worst smelling
On all the smells.
on all
Zoom
the
in.
smellers?
I told you I feel like there's
I'm on
no
the same device.
there's no certain category. Like there's no race, there's no big or small. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's big women that don't keep themselves extra fresh and get in them creases. So that just is a bad deal for itself.
So what if
They
you
gotta
had,
get
so
in
what if you had a person who they smell good every time, every single time, and then one time they smell game was off.
Maybe it was a quick hit. Maybe they was working off that early morning shower and it's late night and they thought they would roll over like Motorola minutes.
I'm
They
not about
thought
to
it
play
would
with
roll
you.
over. But
Hey,
it didn't roll
is
over.
this
Not the shower gonna roll
like
over like
Motorola
minutes.
It didn't roll
minutes
over
shower.
through the nighttime.
I don't know how many people think that rollover shit work, but that's some bull.
all over like
That
Bad
be them
luck said
same
he'll
chicks you
get
was
in there.
talking about. They go take a sample. They go smell themselves because they
That
think
hell,
they
the
can roll
shower
over.
should be a boundary. It's people out here using 3-in-1 shampoo as a body situation.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing. When you say
That
boundaries,
make me just wanna
boundaries
be
is
like,
such a wide topic because it's like boundaries happen after you already dealing with the person, right? Like, can we?
It should
agree
be
that,
boundaries
like,
off the flip.
No, you should already
No,
know your
boundaries
boundaries.
are
That's
set
actually
before
part of the
you-
problem.
so
Right.
so would that be more like not expectations, but what would you call it?
It would be boundaries,
Standards.
like letting someone know.
Standards. There you go.
procedures and precautions,
Sta-
itinerary, job requirements.
I like
There's a
the
lot of
word
stuff you-
itinerary. I think that it should be called personal itinerary because it's like, look, this right here, this is what I will and will not put the fuck up with.
Oh man.
I like that. Because think about it. If you know what you're up against, it's way easier for someone to decide if they want to sign up for it versus, like you said, we're going with the motion and then here come the boundaries. That would stress me right out because it's like, I didn't even know that you didn't like this. But if I'd have knew this early on, I probably wouldn't deal with you. You don't get to tell me 9 months in. Now I got to deal with you because I done fail for everything else. It's just certain things. I feel like that. Yeah, I like the way she put that. Itinerary is the one I want to go with. That's the topic.
I
I'm
have a
taking
question,
odor
Arvin.
in shape over fresh obesity.
That
You know
boy's
what?
wild.
You smoke cigarettes, so you was gonna take odor anyway.
Ooh, shit.
Any grown woman, you got to remind of her personal hygiene. Throw the whole woman in the trash.
Man, listen. Speaking of cigarettes, Any
Or
woman
put
who
her on your
smokes
health insurance so you can
cigarettes.
send her to the OBGYN.
Anybody doing this as a fun thing ain't talking about nothing.
You know, a OG once told me a woman that smokes cigarettes put a cigarette in her mouth or put anything in her mouth. You hear me? So
Ooh.
somebody
Ooh.
told me that once upon
We
a
was
time
just
when
talking
I was
about
young.
oral boundaries. Did nobody want to go there though? Nobody want to talk about that.
I do want to ask a question before we go there, because I do want to talk about that. I feel like that goes with other too. But this is a question for the men that are on the panel today. So, do y'all know the difference in between a woman who has a vaginal odor and a woman whose pheromone is strong and you're attracted to it?
I don't know nothing.
Ooh.
I
Oh, I
heard of
like
that, but
I like that. See, that's why women are always mature, and we
so
gotta
you
stop fucking
so
dumbass dudes.
Now
is that like
So this
I
is
know the
what
difference between like sweat, because most of the time women's odor for real. I mean, if you talking about taking off the pants, but you talking about if I first of all if I could
No, we
feel
ain't
like
talking
I'm
about hot
smell,
crotch, nigga.
yeah, if I feel like I'm smelling something and our clothes is on, you know, I don't know, I'm gonna trust my nose. Like, and our clothes is on, and you like you
man,
like
I don't
like you
want
Look
get in
at
the
his
man.
car.
face.
I don't want to smell nothing. What they say,
But
like
y'all,
But
are
this
water.
is
you
the
aware of
thing.
the pheromone though? Because what
Mm.
she's saying is real. We have a natural pheromone that's let off
Right.
that ain't the same as if, for example, she just got yesterday's panties on.
Right.
And the pheromones
Yesterday's
smell like
penny.
coochie a little
Hey, yeah,
bit.
you know,
Well,
it's
this is
people that,
what
yeah.
I won't say the pheromones smell like coochie, but it's definitely one of them things where, like, during ovulation or when our bodies are more fertile, we give off a smell that intrigues a man as a
Yes,
mating smell. And
most definitely.
so, my son's father, he used to know, and I would be like, "Why are you like that?" And he would be like, "I can smell you," and I used to be like, "What do you mean you can smell me?" And he'd be like, "No, I can smell you. It's not a bad smell." But he also used to really like having sex after I worked out. Like if I came in from the gym really working out, he would literally be like, "Don't take a shower yet," and I'd be like, "Nigga, you nasty as fuck, bro." Like,
Yeah, he was a
Hey,
different type
men
of
like what
fella.
they like. I had somebody like that too. They like it a little tart. Ain't
He
no
was a
wrong with
yeah.
different
that.
type
A
of
little tart.
fellas.
But I
A
wonder
little
if that's. But
twang to it.
I feel like if you have an actual vaginal odor and something's wrong with you, then that tart is a mix of your natural pheromone. It's not
Yeah,
like.
but that shit did smell like fish.
But
Listen,
if it
my
smell like fish,
spirit.
that's a vaginal.
See,
You
you're
need to go
talking
see
about
the doctor.
natural pheromones. My spirit gonna tell me. It's gonna tell
You
me.
need to
I'm
go see
done
a
with
No,
him. This
doctor.
no.
fool said my
Immediately.
spirit.
My spirit gonna tell when I smell it.
Your
I'm gonna be like,
ancestors.
that's unpleasant. My nose, no. Follow your nose, fellas. If you get a little smell and you like, that's not. You know, it's
Fuck
like
you
It's
it's
levels.
like you might be one of the motherfuckers that like to smell the shit behind your ear, like, you just keep
What?
doing it because it's kind of a
Hold on.
nasty
Oh,
What?
ugh,
smell.
nigga,
What?
earring back. You want to smell
Don't
earring
say it.
back?
It's your own earring.
What?
It's your no. It's your
Earring back.
smell. You ain't
No,
never smelt yourself under your arm like.
that's like. Do you be seeing that
What's
dude?
that?
It be this dude be playing the video game, and he always take his sock off, and he always take his fingers and put it between his toes and smell it on that little on them skits. I
What?
be cracking up. He do it every time he make a skit. Soon as he start playing the game, he take his sock off and he take his two fingers and rub them between
That's
his
not.
toes and smell it. That shit cracks me up. That y'all are
Yeah,
nasty.
well,
Does
I'm
it
gonna
just
just
smell
know.
clear
like
this
baby
up
feet?
about the scents because there's levels. Like you know what I'm saying. Copeland was saying a little scent, like you said, light scent coming from the gym. Blah blah blah. You know, there's differences in. You need to just go on and sit down at the doctor for a while and let him figure some
Damn.
things out.
Wait for a while.
It's a
For a
difference.
while.
Just for a while, let him figure some things out.
Yeah, let him
There's a
let him
difference
put that
That
between
motherfucker
nigga
that.
said,
under
hey, go spend the
observation.
night at the clinic. Go spend the
And
night
let
at
him figure some things out.
We
right.
need
Go
to get an
figure some things.
observation in this
That nigga
motherfucker.
said if you could just go and get an Airbnb at the nearest hospital,
Go ahead
that'd
and
be
check
great.
in. Get a bracelet.
It's
How
like
long she got? How long she got to sit down bad luck at the
Right, go
clinic?
Let him
sit
run some
down.
tests.
How you
Let him
serve
run
a
a
sentence
test,
at
a
Truman?
CAT
You gonna
scan.
serve
They
a
treat you
sentence.
like they go ahead and turn into the Motel 6. We'll leave the light on
She,
for you.
she,
so
she
we
going to
don't need
Trump.
we don't need
Yeah,
no
but you gonna go
no.
serve a sentence at Truman?
Yes, we're gonna be like, ma'am, this is a panel test. Can you please
Man,
take this? It's just
now
8
she
panels,
in
just a few
Quintiles getting her
panels. Don't you
checked
worry.
on.
We'll check your
Somebody
ass.
like that is gonna make the seats stink at the hospital. and
But,
waiting
but,
But
room.
like that's a boundary too. Like I know one thing that I don't even know if people even think about this, but this is a boundary for me. I don't date any man that has ever been to quintiles or any of those research studies. Like some of these dudes that be out here in these challengers and all of that, y'all be thinking, oh, he came out the army and all that. No, he done went and did a research study and he sat down for 45 days and made 30K. But here in the next 8 years, that nigga might have a tail. I'm not messing with that.
She
Wait, a
said he might
tail?
have a tail.
Did you say a tail? What kind of tail?
Yes,
A
when
dog?
they
Said a
go and
A
they
tail.
do,
dog tail?
yeah, because they go and do those
They
research
already got
studies,
that.
and that be it's like medications, and they're testing them to see what's gonna happen. They're trials, and it's a lot that goes with that, and they make good money from that. Like, and I mean good money. And I have a client that works at one of these ones in Overland Park, and she was the one explaining that it's a large amount of dudes out here driving some really nice cars and all that in line and saying that they were in the army and all these discharge and stuff like that. And in reality, no, they done went and sat in there and made 26 bands or whatever the case may be. That like they're getting paid good money. But mind you, this is in their DNA. That's like the discussion I had before about a vax versus unvax person. Because once you get to laying down with these people, now you're mixing your DNA with
Yeah.
them, and he got who knows what quintiles done pumped into him, and now you procreate with him, and y'all both done created a robot. Like, no, I'm cool.
A hybrid.
Damn.
A
I never thought
hybrid
about it like that.
robot.
Yeah.
I
I'm
get
serious.
what you're saying though. But damn, they don't give you a document on what the fuck they giving you. I know
Yeah,
they
but
test
who
Now
really
you for
reads
they
shit.
it?
they may have
Who
one, but
really
I
reads
mean,
it?
who? But and then who's gonna tell you? Like if it was me, if I got out of there and I know that it's potential that I may have a third ear by 2050, I ain't about to tell you that.
Damn. What?
A third ear.
Third ear just randomly growing
That's
right back
that's the
here.
third. That's the third one that he gonna practice on stick entering.
I'm not about to play with you.
Yeah.
Girl, hey, he couldn't even get in there because I'd already have a Q-tip in there talking about, girl, never mind. Because, baby, I'm a
As
Q-tip
long as you're
digging
not
boy.
smelling the back of it.
I would not smell the back of it. Copeland was on his own with that bullshit. I'm not smelling the back of my
I
ear.
tried to imagine it, but I'm not even gonna lie. Like I've been in traffic and just like start looking at my surroundings. I'm a Virgo, so I'm very observant, a little nosy, but I've seen Caucasians do really different things. And
They pick
I've
their
never
nose the
seen
most.
I've never seen them like smell from behind their ear, but I've definitely seen like rubbing, scratching through the hair and taking a whiff or
So let me ask you this: we don't have no coochie tasters in here.
No.
You
no.
don't never taste your own coochie. You never put your finger in there and taste your own.
Oh, yeah. What?
That's not coochie tasting. That's like foreplay, having sex type shit. But yeah.
No, I'm
Delicious.
just saying, just for no reason, just to.
Oh,
Not
For
for
no
no
reason.
reason.
shit is
That's kind of crazy.
for no reason. Who the fuck does that shit for no?
Because I just want to make sure. I
Copeland.
just want to make sure everything's up to par. Fuck you mean?
Just for
It's
nothing.
the women who.
Just-
It's the women. It's the women before you even get your face down there. They gon' hold on, nigga. Let me.
Yeah.
try
Let me.
this.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
There it is.
Go ahead.
Woo!
Yes.
You gotta
You
taste.
do
Old
this?
these people, man. They just
I'm
go,
talking about.
hold on. Let me see
Yes.
what's the.
Chef Boyardee. Mwah.
Let me make sure.
I don't feel
Like
like
a
Do
nothing
you
wrong
vacuum,
with
do
nigga.
that.
you see
Sound like a vacuum.
do you see how long my nails are?
Right.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
that's
Do you see
horrifying.
do you see how long my nails are? What the fuck is we doing?
Just
Yeah.
use the
Nobody.
flat part.
Don't nobody
Just
ever
use this
want you to
part.
do it.
Just use this part.
Don't ever do it.
What?
Hold on,
Baby,
hold on,
you
hold on.
should use.
Hey, hold on. I
Nah,
got somebody.
Danielle,
I
you
can
should
tell
use a
somebody.
Q-tip.
I got somebody that's gonna tell you how to do it.
Danielle, you should use a Q-tip.
How they supposed to do it, Mitch?
What? What's up?
Mitch, how they supposed to do it?
Oh, Mitch about to. Oh shit.
Mitch is in here. Mr. Mingler. Mitch gonna tell you what to do with that them fingers. I'm telling you.
Mitch,
It's a
Mitch,
tasty.
you on
'Cause
mute,
we was
Mitch.
talk-
Mitch, you on mute. Unmute it,
mute.
Mitch.
But you know, you was talking about last week. We was talking about vabbing. Wasn't we talking about that here?
Sweet Lord.
Did we talk about vabbing on here?
What is vabbing?
What the
What's
fuck is
bad?
happening?
We didn't talk about that.
Y'all don't know what vabbing is? Oh man,
Oh, he about to
What?
let us know, ain't he?
I can't
Oh,
get topics
shit.
today. Yeah, y'all
I'm
know I'm about
concerned
to
as
let
hell.
y'all know I'm about to let y'all know what it is. All right, we're gonna watch it.
It's like is it like the munch? It ain't like the munch.
We were hoping.
Oh my
No,
God.
it's like you know. I'm gonna let y'all see. We're gonna see right now. I'm gonna pull this vabbing up. This might be a Caucasianal thing.
Ah!
recordings
Oh my
just
God.
got better.
Nothing wrong with a
Hey,
little
it's Dana from
commercial.
StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce.
Honestly, when I first heard about vabbing, I was like, gross.
Honestly.
Yeah, I still think it's gross. And yeah, I do. But the question is, does it actually work? Does vabbing, like when you put secretions from down low up above, behind your ear, your neck, or whatever to use as perfume, does it actually like attract partners?
Done it before.
Do we have any empiric evidence about that? I'm not sure that we do. And I'm sure everybody's experience would be different. And by the way, if you do that and you get a whole bunch of men or ladies who hit on you at one particular evening, is it because you vabbed? I don't know that we can say that that's the case. Look, I say if you're into it, why not? It's not my thing. And remember, like, vabbing can have different odors, which is very natural, right? It's not bad, it's not wrong. It's just, just be thoughtful about how you want to smell, what you smell like, and if vabbing is right for you.
So, what she's saying is, you get a dunk, and then you just put that shit on like it's in Miyake.
Hey, so
Hey, if I pull up next to somebody and they smell like
Coochie,
yesterday
I'd be mad.
yesterday's dick, I'm be pissed
so
Hey,
because
fellas, that's right. Hey,
you know
fellas, yeah,
so wait, so y'all know that I actually do nails too, right?
yeah, facts.
Facts. So I can smell that shit when I be drilling the nails and have to clean nails, just like Delia said when she doing hair.
Yeah.
oh man, that booty hair be real.
So that shit smells in your nail. Just to think you putting your fingers up some girl and I gotta do a manicure on you.
No, you doing it to
Damn.
yourself. You doing it
She
to
better
yourself.
not fucking smell like fish
What about that finger in the booty?
or shit.
No, no, that don't work. I don't think it work like that.
I don't know. I don't feel like I just know thumbs going butts. I know
That's
thumbs
that's
going
I
butts.
don't think it
that's a
work
bad
like
experience.
that.
That's not how
Hey,
it works.
you put your
How it
thumb
work?
in the
Dookie.
How it
butt.
work, Mitch?
You put
Tell
the
us
You
how
thumb
it
went too
work.
into
far.
the butt.
That
Like,
means you went
go
too
on,
far.
oh, look. Ugh.
Get his ass out of here. But now
I
the
ain't got no
vabbing,
nails though.
See, he ain't got no nails. You see this shit?
You can't have no nails though. That's horrifying.
that is horrifying. He came prepared. But now the vabbing shit though, I be seeing it all online. It's just like, don't play yourself, honey. Just go get you some perfume. No, you don't
I
gotta
just
put your.
really feel like the word vabbing came from white girls because it's definitely a pheromone and it's not something that I think black women do. Now, I've definitely taken mine and put it on my nigga's lip, but that's during sex or
Ooh.
like shit like
Put
that.
what on his lip?
My baddie.
What exactly is that?
Yo,
It's a little bit of
Dookie.
that, little bit of that coochie, little bit of the coochie hole.
Yeah.
Little juice,
Huh?
okay.
It's
It was her
basically
nectar.
like, yeah, that's in heat. When a woman is when you want it, you have this secretion that literally will draw a nigga to you. And
Facts.
your nigga be attracted to it. He know when that shit's strong, he know when you ready. So yeah, turn most niggas on. So yeah.
Mess around and sneeze and break your whole
So what
jaw
you mean
out.
is like you said it's the
I want to
secretion.
get
So
him. I want to
basically,
get him out of here.
it's just a moist. You getting wet,
He
basically.
said, "Don't let it
Yeah.
get hot after vabbing. You gonna be musty up top." I feel like that's who he. You know
So
what?
I mean,
I want him to call.
I don't know.
He
I'm just
learns
trying.
something new every day. You ain't lying.
Yeah, I want him to call
Yeah,
because
y'all
I ain't
got to
about to
be
play.
careful out here. You know, I ain't gonna lie. The older people get, the more desperate they are to get a mate, and their boundaries disappear. Like, is there most of y'all single people on the panel? Would that be true? Like,
Yeah.
you start going to doing desperate shit, like putting your vagina juice behind your ear, and
No,
hoping
I'm
you
never
get in
doing
that right
that.
man.
Well,
No,
I
I'm
don't know
not
if
doing
that.
that.
I don't feel like that would really bring about anything better.
Fellas, I got a challenge for you. If you watching this, put your ball juice behind your ears for a whole week.
That's
I just, let's even the playing field up out here. Let's fucking even it up out here, all right? I'm tired of it.
I feel like
Y'all
the reason
cheating.
why it can't work is because
Oh,
the
shit.
perspectives are still too opposite. Because that goes even into the discussion that me and you were originally having, just about like what women judge and view versus men. So, like, for example, women get judged when I don't know if y'all ladies are aware of this, but I literally had a light bulb today on the discussions that we be having versus what men be having. A man is not about to judge us on our exes based off dick size and shit like that, which is what we be discussing when we be talking about dudes. So it's crazy because dudes judge us based off the caliber of the man we're talking to. Whereas when we be talking about dudes to other women, we be talking about their dick size. So it's hilarious when you be wondering, like,
That's
oh,
it.
why this man ain't talking to me, or this caliber of man doesn't want to date me. And it's because he's viewed what you've dated. And we don't have that discussion as much. Not saying, oh, we don't talk about what a dude is made, but dudes are only thinking about the type of guy, similar to us, like us as women. When dudes talk about other chicks, they ain't being like, oh, well, yes, they may say she breaking bread, but they talking about how she's fucking and sucking. Us as women ain't. So when we hear that he talked to that girl, especially if she's white, we be like, oh, you talk to some white bitch? We're not thinking about what they're talking about. So I feel like because we're not thinking about that, like us as women, we're gonna lose in the long run, no matter what. Because when our roster is shitty, men eventually, even if their roster doesn't ever get better, their mindset will grow. So even if a man was talking to shitty women and trash women, eventually he'll get his stuff together. And when it's time to get out here and look for a better quality women, now your roster won't get you selected. So I feel like it definitely should matter
Mm.
because that, like, it's a thing. It's really a thing. So it ain't, oh, how many you had. It's literally what type. Oh, you talk to them type, gross. I'm not about to talk to you. And
So let me
unfortunately
ask
we
a
would
question.
suffer. Huh,
Let
go
me
ahead.
ask a question. Is it hate on the white bitches? Is there hate on the white bitches?
I don't hate them, but I do be wondering why.
Why
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
What
Why
do
are
y'all
you
have in common with them?
what are you talking to him for?
I mean, why he can't have his preference on who he wants to talk to, who makes
Right.
him
Well,
happy?
he asked. He said, is there hate? I don't,
You
it
can
ain't a
have a
hate, it's just
preference.
what are
It's
you
not
doing
no
over
hate
there?
though.
No,
I'm
Well,
just
No,
I'm
asking
saying,
if
I'm not
I
I'm
saying
a
a
like
first
all
preference.
date
kind I
white
because
like
woman.
all kinds though.
I'm gonna tell y'all like my dad told me. He said recently, I heard him say this. He said white girls don't eat shake and bake no more.
They what?
They don't eat shake and bake no more.
Right, because
Uh
they're doing everything to look like black women.
Say it again.
yeah, I ain't never had one that ate shake and bake, bro.
But I
We
mean,
That's
have
not,
one.
but that
is
ain't
it
a,
so?
that
Let me
ain't even
ask you this: is that a boundary
a
for you,
bad
ladies?
thing.
If you had a man that you was a black male that you was the first black woman that he dated in a while, would would that be something that say, oh, I can't go down this road?
Yep, I wouldn't go down that road because I know the comparison. It would be a problem because they're not raised even the same mentality as us. Now, is this a negative? What I'm about to say, no, it's not, but it would become a negative, and I wouldn't want to be placed in that negative light all the time. There's a mindset that a large amount of white women are allowed to be raised with having, usually because it's taught to them in a home that they've come from, whereas a large amount of us not. So I'm not about to continuously be compared as the first black woman, especially with the stigma of what we're already set up to have. I wouldn't enjoy that. So it wouldn't be about, oh, go back to them, but I would definitely not want to be the very first one because I already have to set this bar and prove that we're all these negatives that we're not. I wouldn't want to stand there and have to be this Power Ranger for black women.
I feel what you're saying on that note because at the same time, a dude that's been dealing with mostly white chicks, he's used to a certain type of woman. And when
Yep.
he goes and starts fucking with a black woman, it's gonna be totally different. He's gonna be expecting those same type of things that are different between the races in most cases. You feel me? But at the end of the day, though, it'll be the same nigga that y'all see by itself. Won't pay that nigga no attention. But if you see him with a white woman, now y'all got scrutiny and stuff to say. So that's one thing I don't agree with. The same nigga who was invisible to you, you didn't give a fuck about him in the club. He come in the club with a white chick. Now it's all eyes on him. And you got so much shit to say about him. I don't like that though,
I
because
don't be
that's
having nothing to say about them type of. My brothers don't date anything but white women. My oldest brother fell in love with a black girl. They both went to the service. He never found her again. He started dating nothing but white girls. My little brother dated white girls all his life. He finally got a black girlfriend. He didn't even call us to tell us he had one. He called my son and told my son he had a new girlfriend and she was black. But I mean, my nephew is biracial. I don't have a problem and I don't hate to see black men with white women. I just want to understand it. So for me, when I asked my brothers why they don't date black women, it was flat out because the type of black women that we've seen, our mother, the other black women around us, they're dramatic, they're loud, they're drama filled, they're obnoxious. I don't want to deal with that. But now that I look at a lot of the characteristics that they had compared to the white women that they chose, yeah, I mean, white women are easily manipulated, and black men will think that's submissive if they're not raised properly.
Correct.
But at the
So,
same time, I gotta kind of defend the white women. I hate to say it like that, but at the same time, I'm fair for all
Are
parties.
are you
I,
before you say that? Are you mixed, bad luck?
I think everybody who light skin is mixed. Ain't nobody
Try
African
to
no
do with
more.
it.
Hey, for real, so many interracial relationships. Ain't nothing 100% no more. We
But
all
I mean, you in particular. Do you have a
yeah, of
white
course,
parent?
man. Look at me, shit.
There we
I'm not.
go.
yeah.
I'm a side. I'm nothing near. I'm a stud. I've been. I got different bloodlines across the line. The slave master and the slaves and the Mexicans, the Indians. I've got all type of shit going on with me. But along through the lines of history, this is what's been happening. And now interrelational relationships is at an all-time high. So in a minute, ain't nothing gonna be really pure no more and just all the way African and black. Like you people that are really dark skinned, you can tell like they got a kind of strong bloodline and kept shit kind of in the same
Yeah.
pocket. But still, even them, people that have a lot of dark skinned people in their family, like it's still something along the line, like, damn, I didn't even know that. Like, so really none of it's just pure. But yeah, I'm not 100% black though, but shit, tell that to the police. I ain't never considered myself nothing but black. Like, you feel me? So
No, I wasn't
I
saying it
ain't
like that. I'm
neither.
just
I
just
ain't
just
neither,
hearing
bro.
your
my family mixed up
perspective.
with shit.
I ain't neither, bro.
What was your
But
defense for the white woman though?
I mean,
I
I
was
would
saying
say
that
this.
all white women ain't the same because I encourage you to say that that wasn't true.
Yeah, they not. They not. They
That's
not
what
at
I'm gonna
all.
have to throw it out there. That's just like saying all black women are obnoxious. Like she said, I feel like that's a stereotype, and what maybe stereotypes sometimes come from people that is taught or the few people that they see of that certain caliber. Like if a white person only see five black people and these five black
Ooh, that's
people do
fact.
one thing, that's how they just put everybody that's black in the category because that's all they seen was them five people. So now everybody's in this bubble. And that's not how shit is. You know what I'm saying? Just like all white women ain't the same. You can't say that they all easy manipulated because that's not true. Some of them are gully. It's gullible as black women out here. Like it's all of that. Like you feel me?
Yeah, and
So
I've seen black men go from, a calm black woman to a drama black woman. So you just left
mhm.
a black woman that was actually level headed, drama free, logical, to go to somebody that's not logical, drama filled, and she's still black. So I
I
mean,
think I want to read this comment and then I do want to share my small input. It says we can't strengthen our culture giving the white women our seed. One thing that I wanted to say too though is like again with the upbringing, because like it's a perspective thing too. So for some, yes, I feel like yes, it's the easily manipulated based off the maturity of the man. Because you're right, if you're easily manipulated, that would look like submission. When in reality, no, they just aren't smart enough to realize. But on the flip side too, like I was stating, the upbringing matters too. Because if your mindset and your training as you're coming up is taught to be a spouse versus to be independent, you're gonna know how to be a partner a lot easier. So one thing that I noticed that a large amount of black men do say about black women is that we're so combative. And it's more
Mhm.
of us knowing how to be independent. That's not to say that a white woman wasn't taught that, because they know how to be that as well. But if they're taught how to be a partner and not ever taught how to be independent, and we're never taught how to be a partner and only taught how to be independent, then yes, we're going to be combative to you because we actually have a brain versus being pliable like a partnership would be. We're open to listening in a partnership because as a partner, you would have to hear your person. But if you've been the leader and you've ran your own ship and handled things your own way, yes, when you come with an idea, I got one too. That ain't combative. It's me having a brain. I think that one thing, unfortunately, that we're dealing with is larger amounts of white women, when you talk to them, they're open to hearing the game plan and they're not combative. But us as black women that have been out here, been hurt, been failed a few times, actually have one. It's not that we're just combative, it's just that we have a brain too. So you're wanting someone that's actually been out here doing it on their own to basically submit willingly when they've been failed and then blaming us for the hurt versus actually taking the time to understand why we're actually performing and maneuvering like this and not blaming us for that. I think that's an unfair thing that's happening. So now it's like, oh, well, she's in there mean. Let me just go talk to this woman. Dang, come and find out what's going on. Because under these layers of mean, it might not be a mean person, but I've been through some things, and a
Yeah.
larger amount of us have, whether it's white or black. Because there's some white women that have
Okay,
been
let
through
me
some
ask
stuff
you
too.
this.
Go ahead.
Where you grow up at?
Nick City.
All right. Well, I know black women from Kansas City, and then I know black women from like say Johnson County.
Mm-hmm.
Now they
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Unless I was tripping, I
Damn,
thought it was
I
just
wanted to
me. I
hear
was just
that.
gonna play it off. I was ready. All I heard was
I know
they.
he about to say they different because I'll say it off the flip. A woman from Kansas City and Johnson County is they
Most
9 out of 10.
definitely. And I feel like that's definitely based off if they have a two-parent household. Because I know I was brought up in a two-parent household and there's positives to it, but still negatives in the same token. But then me going to House of Heavenland, but then going to Paul Mitchell changed my perspective too. I'm in House of Heavenland with regular hood chicks and all that. I'm over in Overland Park with them. I'm talking about even their conversation, their Facebook algorithms, everything was completely different. So
Mm.
whereas the hardships and all of the ghetto stuff I was hearing when I was in hair school on our side, they weren't even seeing that. So those type of things matter too, because if they're exposed to different, they see different, they're around different. We are all products of our environment. But I feel like it's unfair to jump ship on an environment that you're used to because you're fed up with it versus trying to change it and then just going to a different one. A large
Let
amount
me
of black
stop you
men
right
don't want
there.
to hear women
Stop you
yelling
right
because,
there
oh,
though.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hold on, let me stop you right there. Cause when I hear something that I can't agree with, I gotta speak on it.
I want to
Now
hear.
I gotta stop you right there. We not all products of our environment. We definitely are a part of the things that go on around us, but we are also responsible enough and mature enough to change those things. You
Some
don't have
people.
that's what I'm saying. Just because you're in an environment that may be chaotic doesn't mean you have to put in on the chaoticness. You can make a change or do something, or that can motivate you to do something different or to participate.
True.
You feel me?
But you
So,
gotta want to do that.
so,
Like
so,
so, when you
so
talk about changing and putting not to not be a product of your environment or not to repeat, this comes to the topic of not repeating the cycles,
hey, I
not
hate to
repeating.
cut y'all
Right.
off, but if as y'all know on the Love Live, our callers always take priority, and we've actually got a caller calling in the Love Live. Caller, you're live. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, I'm under SME Wallet, so you can call me Eric, call me SME, it doesn't matter. SME is the name of a corporation. But my actual name is Eric.
All right, Eric. Well, talk to us. What'd you call in? What'd you have to say?
All right, so look, this was definitely I want to touch on that topic about the white man thing because I agree with Billy wholeheartedly because when it comes to upbringing, it's very important that we understand that the business of family is where the power in lies for us to be able to grow as a culture. With that being said, a gentleman, Mr. Reynolds, so he said something to me, and I wanted to speak on it on live. He said that I can't remember what he said, but basically in a nutshell, the most important decision that you're ever going to make in life, besides, of course, choosing God or what have you, is the person you choose to be with for the rest of your life. And I feel that as black, and I have to touch on this, that's what we said. It's not about race, it's about having a healthy relationship. But see, there's a lot of problems. This is deeper than us. This whole situation of family life and love. We all have a duty to do one thing to make this place better for our kids and our grandkids. And choosing the right partner is definitely the biggest deal on that. But also, dating within our race, choosing other people to breed with that are like minded, to even breed with people that have good quality upbringing, so that your children will be a direct reflection of that. Is going to be more way to replenish our culture. So I don't agree with dating outside our race with white at all, because I know what the agenda is. You know, and honestly, I say, you know, it goes against the grain. You know, and that's just my personal feeling. I feel that that's what blacks should definitely find a stronger vessel, or a vessel that's just as strong as, you know, who we are, so that we can have, you know, better children with better opportunities and create better opportunities for others around us, and strengthen our culture in its entirety. Then we'll start to see a bigger change. But as long as we are lackadaisical on this topic, then we're going to continue to see what we've seen in our culture, man. And that's just what I think.
And thank you so much for calling in, brother. Where are you calling in from?
I am in Iowa. I'm a traveler. You know, I travel 42 states a year for a living.
That's fine, man. What platform are you watching on?
I'm on Facebook, and I'm one of Delia's followers. So I like to, I like to try to tap in. This is one of my first times calling, but I actually seen you guys' videos a couple Sundays in a row now. So it's a pleasure y'all having me. Thank y'all for hearing me out.
Hey,
Thank
bro,
you.
can I ask you a question?
Of course, my brother, I embrace that. Go ahead.
All right. Now, us black people will say a white person is prejudiced, right? Do you believe black people are prejudiced?
We all have our own prejudices, prejudice tendencies. It's a human thing. You know, some people's prejudice may be against another race. Some people's prejudice may be against, eating meat or. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I mean, like that seemed. I love your statement. I love what you said, but that seems kind of prejudiced, bro. Like
Like that.
that seems kind of prejudiced.
Why do you feel like it's prejudice?
Because he said one for our like going out his race is not right, or something he said about going out the race.
What's different than
It's
when God said
counterproductive.
don't go outside your nation?
My question is, do you think on white panels they discuss you guys should go and just date those black people?
No,
They gonna do it
I have
anyway.
dated black girls. I've dated black, I've dated white, I've dated Asian, I've dated all kind of women.
Why
But
does
I mean,
that
I
even
kind of
matter to
agree with the
people? Like,
callers. Like everybody has
Well,
their
I don't know. I
prejudice.
just know that black men will defend white women way faster than these white women are
Can
defending
I?
anything black at all. So I'll be
no, I
curious
don't.
as to
No, I
why.
don't. I defend what's right and wrong, period. It
So
don't
right.
I was
matter what
asking
color
what was
you
racist.
is.
That was all I was asking, was what was
So I
racist
wanna.
about what he said.
I
Oh,
wanna add something.
because he said something about like if we go outside our race, we won't see what's going wrong or something.
I feel like people willingly blind an eye to what it is, but like if we were talking about dogs, when a pit bull mates with a Rottweiler, those are considered mutts. Y'all put no value on that. But if two pit bulls get together, that's a high value dog, and you sell it for that. So that's what we're saying. Fine, go and mate with something that ain't you, but the value's not going to be the same. But the
Oh,
strength comes from dealing with you. That's what he's saying. It ain't a racist thing.
you said it ain't gonna be the value ain't. So basically, if it's a mixed kid, the value ain't as high because the
I
kid is
can't
mixed.
say that. I'm light skinned and mixed. So no, that ain't what I'm getting at. So don't take it there. But what
You
I'm getting
said
at is
basically not two pit bulls together is a higher
it's just
value,
that
but
we all know that the strength of black when it's
Well,
together
this dog right
is the
here,
strongest.
this dog right here cost me $3,500, and he's actually American Staffordshire mixed with an American Bulldog. It's called an American Bully.
Are they two genetic makeups that are tolerant of each other, and when breeded together, you do not have the opposition of chemical imbalance, chromosome deficiency, or defectiveness. Like that, I feel where both people are coming from. The caller, I feel where Delia's coming from, and I feel where Mitch is coming from. What I was going to say is if we're going to go off what we believe as far as what racism is, I don't think it's racist for him to say, I don't want to create or breed with anybody who's outside of my race. Because
He
God told
doesn't.
us,
He
and
doesn't.
whether you
He
believe in
doesn't
God or not,
himself. He doesn't himself. That's cool.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, to go back to even how we are supposed to conduct ourselves. There are a lot of cultures and nations in America that do not breed outside of their culture and nation because they understand the power of breeding within. And if you go off of what the law of, I won't say the law of land, but the law of land for those who don't believe in God, God said don't breed outside your nation. And that was for a reason. That's so the nation can continue. When it comes to breeding two different dogs, there are types of dogs that you can breed. Are you supposed to breed them? No. Why? Because they don't breed equally together. And I believe that that's what Delia is trying to explain. You can breed however you want to breed. Is it going to be an equal breed? No. Is it going to be a healthy breed? No. There are certain diseases that white genetics carry that black genetics don't. So having a biracial child, you give your child a 50% chance of having a chemical deficiency or certain type of genetic diseases that you wouldn't give the same pure blood. And then I agree with Bad Luck where he says everybody is mixed. We don't live in a world where we can say, oh, that's a white person, that's a full white person, because none of us are pure blooded. Like none of us are. I have a white friend who did the 23. She's literally white, hair down to her ass, blue eyes, pale ass
Yeah, my
motherfucking
cousin
skin.
did the same thing. My cousin did the same thing. He thought his blood was like black, Indian, and something else. Well, come to find out, he did that. He got so many percent Irish, so many percent something else. But me coming from my family, which my mother is a Cheadle, right? You know, Don Cheadle, the famous person. My
Mm-hmm.
grandpa's a Cheadle, right? So back in Oklahoma, the Cheadles were black. Well, they got enslaved by Indians, which is the Choctaw.
Mm-hmm.
They enslaved their own people. They enslaved black people.
Right.
So yeah, and then down the line, we got white people in our family. It's white
Mm-hmm.
Cheadles. So
That's what I was gonna say. She found out that her direct line of um like her genetics comes from South Africa. She's literally like if she wanted to go and change her race, she could because she's
yeah, it's a
considered
lot
a
of
South
people. It's a lot
African.
of white people in South Africa, though. People don't
Yeah.
realize
And that's what she was laughing about. She
naturally.
was like, all my life, I'd have been cool in the hood because I grew up in the hood. And now I probably got more percentage as a black person or an African than more black people do. And we laugh about it because that is our white friend in the
Yeah, but
hood,
she has to go. She has to go further because there are white people that are from South Africa. You hear me? That are
Yeah, for
not black,
sure.
right?
No, I was just using her as an
So she
example,
could
but
she could have South African in her, but it could be still white and not black. So she has to go research that part.
yeah, she had percentages in Indian, she had percentages in Native American. She was more melanated. Her cultures and her percentages were more of the melanated
Melanated.
culture than it
Yeah.
was anything else. But
She
now when
just
I
had
look
turned
at
out
her,
her skin color just had turned out to be white.
right, and I mean that in all is something that black women carry. We carry the gene to create any
I'm with
color
bad luck. I'm
combination.
with bad luck because bad luck lighter than me, but I still got white people in my family. I got
Yeah.
Indian, I got African, so I got a lot of shit in me.
So
It's like
I,
so
bad
let's
luck
go here
I
saying,
though.
do
So
nails, so
but
I
but
got
let me.
Korean.
Period.
Mm-mm.
And then I've
shit.
seen Bad Luck in person, and he's darker than me, but he admitted to being mixed, and both my parents are dark skinned.
But
I got a hell
here's
of a tan too, though. Like I'm way yellower than this. I be in the
Yeah,
sun.
I'm real bronze today. I got real good tan for this
but
year.
here's the thing, and we kind of went off on a tangent, but I think one of the biggest boundaries in dating got to be race, right? Because we went on a
No,
tangent. Everybody had to
no.
pull out their card. Like, hey, boy, this is what I am. This is what, and I think establishing that.
I gotta
So,
pull out that
Well,
card.
that is
so
a boundary for me because I don't want to
you
date
don't date
that
outside
race.
your race. And I know
Yeah.
me and you talked about that off cam before. Like, why don't you date outside of your race?
Cause
I know
she
with
like a
me,
hood
the
boy.
number one reason why I don't is because I now gave birth to black sons.
Right.
So I know for a fact that if I really want them to be their strongest in themselves, I don't want them raised by someone that's going to sympathize their issues. I want someone that's going to empathize them. So he has to actually live it. So I can't play that game with my children.
So would you date someone like me?
A black man? Yes.
I'm black.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said inside her race.
Yeah, look at
You're
them
Okay.
inside her
dreadlocks.
race.
All
Look at those
right.
dreadlocks, my friend.
Yeah. When you say someone like you, what category have you placed yourself in that I'm missing?
Well, I'm not. I mean, I gotta place myself as black.
So then I
Nigga,
don't
You know,
understand what.
you know
we
when
ain't
you
never
fill
looked
out an
at you as nothing
application,
but
when
a
you fill
nigga.
out an application, it asks you what are you? Black, Alaskan, white,
It don't say Alaskan on
Hispanic.
there.
So, but let's move the conversation along. But let's say this. So let's say you do meet the race requirement, or let's say you don't meet the race requirement. I'm curious just to harp on Delia a little bit. So Delia, let me ask you: you don't never have any men of any other race approach you, especially Hispanic men. I know Hispanic men shooting a shot. I know
That
Yeah,
my
Hispanic
men.
men definitely don't
I
shoot
know
their shots. So
what.
that's the race that definitely does not actually. Here lately, I have been DM'd more from white guys. White guys have never approached me in public. And I remember one time a white guy kind of told me that usually they're into more of a chocolate woman. So I kind of got that because I'm pretty light. So they like if I want black, I want black. And I get
I've
that.
heard that
I'm
from
light as
white
hell.
women. I mean, white men
yeah.
too.
He said
So
Yeah,
he
yeah,
he
want.
won't
He
that
said
keep
makes
he
you.
want to feel
sense.
like he.
He won't Keisha off a belly black.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
He
Yes.
want. He
And I
want to
can
but
feel
they
like
respect
he
do.
getting in
But they
trouble
do. They
on the
really do.
plantation.
they do. And I can respect that because, you don't see too many, white guys with light skinned women unless she's mixed,
Too
because then
close.
it's a little different. You know what I mean? Because then she is half white. So I feel like that's more of the comfort of the woman. Because
Hey,
I feel
but I
like,
got cousins that's mixed,
mm,
and they daddy is black, right?
mm,
Stay with white dudes.
I think that it just sometimes depends on how the daddy made the mom feel because, it's all about how strong you are versus your upbringing. Because some people's upbringing really has them as a ruined adult. And then there are some people that use their childhood as their strength to not be an awful
Let me
adult.
let
So
me
I
keep
feel
it
like,
let me
if
keep it
you're a
real
weak,
though.
go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm cutting you off. Go ahead. My
Well,
bad.
I was just gonna say, depending on who you are, like there are some people that had mixed parents, and then yes, if they're seeing their black father not, treat their mom a certain way, it may make them want to date differently or even go gay. Like there's reasoning. It just depends on your strength
Yeah,
versus
well,
your
they daddy,
childhood.
boy, they daddy rich, so he give them everything.
I was gonna say, or it's the flip side. They see how their daddy is as a man, and they look out in their options, and they say, okay, well, my daddy black, but the black option, the black men that I have as options
It's not like they daddy.
are not like my father. The men that are like my father are men of other races. They are Indians. They are Arabs. They are white. They are, because this is the truth, right? If your father is present in your life, and this is why it's so important for fathers to be present. If your father is present in your life, he is your first standard. He teaches you what you should
To look
expect,
for.
what your standards should
Yeah.
be, how you should be cared for. Because, and I was just explaining this to my son. Um,
Mm,
the man gives his daughter away at the altar
mhm.
because he's literally telling that nigga like, hey, it's your turn, bro. Everything I was doing ends today, and this is the standard of
Now
how
you gotta
she's
do it.
lived. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
So
So
oh, my bad.
yeah, I can agree to that. A woman who has a standard, a woman who has a model, a woman who has a preference, or a woman who has been raised in a certain environment, she is going to go for the man that gives her the comfort of the environment she was raised in. If you weren't raised with a father, then that's where you learn to grow through your standards and your lessons. And you go for the man that looks like or feels like or is at your standard of comfort of living because that's what you've created for yourself.
And I think what's scary about this too, though, is if your daddy did provide for you, your daddy's going to tell you to get a man that does that too. Well, when
Yep.
our society, that's a gold digger. So now in other cultures, it's not a problem for them to go
Right.
out. Like you just stated, they're going to go and they're not about to talk to this black man because they looked at the options. Black men ain't trying to provide. This is what they're seeing. So they're going to go and talk to this. And that's a
Yeah.
problem. So I
Or the black
actually
man
have an
just say
issue
we
with
gold
that.
diggers.
Well, if you got 10 women looking for you to provide, I'm gonna say somebody's looking for some gold chunk somewhere. Somebody's doing some gold mining. Like, if all y'all looking for is somebody to provide, like goddamn, like you know what I'm saying?
Because
That's why
that's
I
what a
do.
man does, though. And like your daddy taught you that.
But see, that's I mean, everybody's got their own perception of
And
that
I
in a
do. I feel
relation.
like that's
That's
where
gonna
our
be
men
part of that's
fail
gonna be
us
part of the
every
itinerary.
day. I do. I
In
really
a
feel like that's where
relationship,
Right.
our men fail us. The minute we get to talk about providing, that's when black men are like, "Oh, here y'all go."
but
And
no,
who
I
would
know
think
I
that
know here
it's an
everybody's got
honor?
their own opinion though. But my opinion is, I mean, this ain't 1965 no more. Like women can't not work and do productive things and own businesses. In my opinion, in a relationship, a woman can do what she can do these days, just like a man can. It's not all a man's job to
And I
do
feel like
this and
that's
do
what
that.
men always
It should
want to
be.
do.
It should
That
be.
if we ain't in the back in the day, women
It's
can do
not
it
like
now, and that's a
women can
fact.
do stuff too. We don't
Women
have to just
can't.
do
So
everything.
this is the thing y'all missing. No one ever said we can't, but we do better when we want to. So think about it. The first thing a man usually says when we bring up providing is, well, this ain't back in the day. All right, well, act like it is, because now that it ain't back in the day, we can work. So the minute that you show us what you can do, because men still know, even though, like I just said, the men roster thing, whether a man is ready to be what a woman needs or not, he's still looking for that woman to be exactly what she's supposed to be, a woman. So us
Right.
as women are still looking for men to be, whether we're ready for you, a hoe or not, we're still looking for men to be what we need y'all to be, which is the provider. So it's funny that y'all want us to come out the gate fucking sucking wifely duties, etc., etc. But y'all are like, well, I'm gonna do that for my wife.
What do you
We
mean
have
as a
no
when
idea.
you say
Let me finish,
provider?
because this is a real thing. Men be like that. They're not about to do all of the stuff that we need y'all to do in the beginning before marriage. But women are doing all of the stuff that y'all want us to do in our marriage before marrying y'all. Y'all
To
don't
be
give us
considered
any of.
even marriage material.
Yes, exactly. Like we got to show y'all everything that we're self-approved for a while, if that's the case. But keep in mind, y'all are saying this, but the provide be the problem. And every woman's level of providing and what they want provided ain't the same. But I just feel like that is a trigger word in the black men community, the word provide. Because that's what dudes say. This ain't the 60s. Y'all can get up and work. We never said we weren't going to. But what's the issue with you providing us these safe spaces, this comfort, showing us that you can? We're coming and getting y'all out of mom's basement with no problem, showing y'all we can provide. We just want men to step up and show us that. And a large amount of y'all got that refuge. Women get put out of our houses by our mama. It's men right now that can go back to their mama house. So keep in mind, a large amount of us are frustrated with not having that dynamic and then not having the black man support. And then instead of supporting us, y'all like, y'all, we're just gonna go get a white woman, a Puerto Rican woman, any woman that's not combative and arguing. That's rough. I
So
think I
hold
got
I
on one
will
that.
say
second.
this.
So I
I
want to
will say
segue
this.
really quick because we have a segue one time this evening,
True.
and this is the Love Life. And if y'all didn't know, this is a safe space, and what that means is we just get together every Sunday and we talk about what needs to be talked about. Oftentimes, sometimes it's not easy to hear. Sometimes it's not what people want to hear, but here we are. And you can also call in to vent, of course. Our phone number is 816-398-8229. We've got a caller on right now, but before we go forward, I just want to remind everybody we are not psychologists. We are your peers, and we're your village.
We
So
are your
if you
peers.
have any real concerns, please go seek professional help. And with that being said, caller, you still there? Caller, you live on the Love Live. Hello.
Killer.
Okay, killer. Okay, killer, you live? You're live. Did you have something you want
Okay,
to say
bet
on the
that
Love
up.
Live?
Bet that up. Okay, yeah. Bet that up. King Killer, the crazy wisdom. All right, you finally okay. You got me. 'Cause I was trying to watch you and I was trying to listen to it.
Oh, we can hear you. You don't have to watch it. If you call in, you can hear it like you're on the phone. So what do you have to say to the panel? Hold on, caller. We
His
Okay,
name
I'm
scares
picking it off
me.
of me
I'm
watching
done.
y'all. So I'm
Hey,
like,
I wasn't gonna say
it's
nothing
a
bad
hell of
luck,
a
but I was
delay
like, wait a
behind
minute.
what I'm saying.
Man, I was like, bad luck. There's a dude hooder than you.
Killer. This is killer.
Killer.
He said, this is killer. I said, oh.
Okay, they know who
Hey,
it is.
for real,
Man, King Killer
Copeland.
look like he the wizard. Yeah,
Oh, you said he a
yeah,
wizard?
King
What is
Killer.
he?
You know, like King
He-
Cooper.
Oh,
What's
Yeah,
going on, King Cooper?
Oh, okay.
King Killer.
Oh
You know
shit.
what I'm saying? No sweat though, shawty. Look, and I always say this, man. I've been married for 16 years, man. My brother Copeland know who I is. We was in high school together. I dated for 4 years and was married for 16 years. I'm 36 years old. As far as this woman and man stuff like that, there, man, look here, man. All y'all, y'all not saying y'all ain't got no morals. Y'all ain't got no balance with no scriptures or nothing with no heart with those scriptures. Like in my lifetime, I bow down to our Creator. You know what I'm saying? He tells me the ins and outs and ups and downs on how I need to operate. That's what we stand away from. And if you don't believe me, I've been doing it. Like I just said, I've been married for 16 years, and I dated her for 4 years. I married my high school sweetheart. As we had ups and downs, just like anybody else. But at the end of the day, we didn't fall through it. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't never been drastic or nothing like that. Like it ain't never been that crazy because I always stood my ground on morals with the drinking, with the weed smoking, coke snorting, like the pill popping. I didn't fall through all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew I had my wife and my kids to stand on. Even when the women try to throw the pussy, no, I can't take that there because I got to go home and look at my wife in their face and my kids and hold them and kiss them. And how can I do that when I did some grimy shit over here? That always kept me. So what I'm trying to say is though, everybody ain't like that. Everybody ain't like that. So if y'all think, and then when you dating out your race, man, get out of that thing. Get out of there, man. You get out of there, not your race, man. There's some players out here. But how about you could keep the Tylenol between your knees, and that keep you from having a baby or having some lustful way of thinking. You got to get out of that lustful way of thinking. Now, I ain't gonna talk too much about what I know because what I know has been keeping me solid for all this time. And I just had breakfast with my in-laws that my daddy bought, my father-in-law, and bought for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I'm included. Like, he called me son. That's a beautiful feeling to have a grown man say, and he ain't even my daddy, but I call him daddy. I call him dad. That's my dad. That's my father. It's a beautiful feeling to have that, and he got my back in every step of the way. And my mother-in-law the same way. So y'all, not saying y'all, but all my people, man, look, get used to that. That's a feeling that you should get used to. When you got a mother-in-law, the father-in-law, and your mother, your wife, your girl around your mother. Make honest women out of these women, and then men make an honest woman out of your girl. That man, look, I can go on and on, man, but this your show, man. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
I know you from the South, man. Somewhere in the South, you are from it. I hear it in your voice.
okay.
From Mississippi, Tennessee, one of them. Where you from?
I don't see what that got to do with anything, because my folks right now, that man say street.
He from somewhere in the South, Alabama, not Florida. I just hear it. I hear the slang. The man, he said, "Yeah, I'ma learn you." He said something
That
hella
nigga from
country.
Van Brunt.
It was
This
hella
nigga's
country.
from Van Brunt. No cap. No cap. No cap.
I'm not enough for life. Hey, Spring Park, Chip Village, born bred, South Kansas City. I'm out here right now. Yeah.
What's
Y'all
that?
feel
That
like
nigga
y'all
is
from
from
California.
down north.
Y'all just feel like y'all rich the
I hate when people are from down north. That make
What are
me
you
so
eating?
mad.
What are you eating,
Don't be from
Bronx?
down north. That make me mad.
He from Kansas
What?
Hey,
City with an
Coon,
accent.
coon,
that down north dude, that make me
coon.
so mad. That's some
Right.
contradicting crap. How you gonna be from
I'm from
down in
down
north?
north.
They've been
That
saying
just
down north
burns me up every time.
for years.
That's a
That's
boundary
what we
right there. As
call
soon
it.
as a dude
This
say
how
he
we
from
knew
down
niggas
north,
was
I'm
from the
mad.
south.
That nigga
Down
said
north.
Friendship Village.
I'm gonna
Nah,
tell
that
you
ain't
about.
that
I'm
ain't
gonna
no
tell you about
Kansas
having a
City
good
boy.
spouse. My
You said
wife
he from
said.
Hawthorne.
Chip Village, cuz.
You say you
He
from
said
where,
Parade
brother?
Park.
Hold on.
No, he said
Where you
Chip.
say
He
you
said
from?
Chip Village.
He said
Chip
Chip.
Village. Chip Village.
Chip Village, Parade Park, goddamn,
I was gonna say Parade Park. There we
East
go.
Village.
Not
Yeah,
Greenfield.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm from all around this motherfucker, nigga. I'm originally, I'm from out of state. I ain't
Hell
from
yeah.
LA, you know, motherfuckers. I'm nigga now. I'm something different. You know what
I
I'm saying?
feel you, bro.
And
I
it's
feel you,
been
Well,
bro.
good for me.
well, straight
I
up,
ain't got
brother.
with no
So
baby
straight
mamas
up,
and nothing like that.
so thank you,
Oh, he's going through something.
thank you for tapping in, brother.
Everybody talking together. I can't really understand what everybody's saying.
I said thank you for tapping in, brother.
Appreciate ya.
Ain't no way that nigga from down north. He talked like Terrence Howard and Yo Gotti.
I'm not about to play with bad luck.
Ain't no goddamn way.
Hey, but
I
bad
don't
luck.
believe it.
He said that ain't got nothing to do with it. He meant that. Like,
That ain't
don't
got
worry about
that
where
ain't
I'm
got shit to
I
from.
told
do.
your ass chill on out.
He said, hey, don't you worry about that,
Don't
young
you
That ain't
fella.
got
motherfucking
shit to
worry
do
about
with what
what the
the
fuck
fuck
I.
I'm talking about.
I think my favorite part was that I'm listening to him and he said he 36, but he sounded like an OG, like
I'm
Yeah.
talking about
older
that love
man.
got him
He did
grown.
not
You
sound
hear
like
me?
he was in his 30s at all.
Yeah, he sounded like he had deep chest hair.
I'm
He went to
done with
school.
you.
He went
Oh,
to school with Copeland. He was a senior.
hold on.
Copeland was a freshman.
Yes, he
Hold on.
was.
The love live is popping tonight, y'all. Let's see who else we got.
He was,
Man, hell yeah. He was up in Ruskin when Copeland went for the freshman trip.
How the hell that nigga that nigga from down north talking with a Memphis accent?
Hell yeah. He
Yeah,
said, 'cause
man.
when I was on
Over
there,
there, over there in the, down there.
he meant
I'm gonna
that.
learn you something.
I'm going to learn you something.
Little nigga talk like that for real. That
he
nigga, I wonder.
said, hey, so where you from? Hey, don't you worry about that.
that
It
ain't got shit to
was
do with
like
the
he
price of tea
said,
in China.
you better not find where he at. Don't you worry about
Oh
where I'm from.
shit!
Hey, the nigga whole accent changed.
It did. That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
I'm from down north.
That nigga's hey,
That's
he
funny.
went from a goddamn country, Lil Scrappy to Joe Clark from Lean on Me. Don't you
He
worry
from
about that,
everywhere though.
cuz.
How you from South Kansas City, Citadel, and Parade Park? That's everywhere. That's the whole town.
That's how you know he ain't from here.
Man, that's the whole damn town.
Yeah, I'm from Wyandotte, Johnson County, Topeka.
Yeah, exactly right. Because you can't be from Citadel and Parade Park. Like you can't do that. You can't do that.
And it was
This
on the
is
two top
if y'all
opposite
forgot.
sides of the world.
This is a safe space, y'all. We're on the Love Live.
It's not safe for him.
Yes, it is safe. Okay, y'all be on your best behavior. I can't always hold the panel accountable, y'all. I try to, even my wife told me quit smoking on camera, so I had to get off the camera. I'm back behind the screen.
Thank
My
you, wife.
damn.
Thank you,
Thank you,
wife.
wife.
Damn, I gotta be on. I'm in the background. So, if y'all just now tuning in, we do this every Sunday live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Pretty soon we'll be going on I Am Delia King's page personally next week once we get our shit together, right? We'll everybody on the panel will be going live from their personal pages next week. I've got a plan, right? So if y'all didn't notice, we're live a few more places. Tap in every Sunday. If you want to be on the panel, shoot us a message. Maybe we'll put you on if you got something you want to talk about or something that you want to say. Of course, if you want to call in and you just want to vent or you just want to talk to us, 816-398-8229. And right now we have got a caller. Caller, who am I speaking with?
It's the Red Pill Crip. What's the deal, panel? How y'all living?
What's up, brother?
What's up, Red Pill?
What's the word, man? What up, man? I wanted to tap in on the damn the interracial dating thing, man. I think black women don't understand how like the state that they in right now, like instead of trying to understand that black men are like in the top 2 or 3, most highest respected and wanted to be with men, and black women are at the absolute bottom. Just do the media, stereotypes, whatever you want to say. But Indian men not chasing you, Asian men ain't chasing. Oh, I need a black girl. White men ain't chasing. The most racially loyal men on this earth are black men. But we also got options to go to other races. Ain't
Red
nobody
pill.
just chasing black.
Red
up?
pill. How you like your coffee?
With a Newport.
It don't matter to me. I didn't been, I didn't been, you know what I'm saying? I didn't dabble in it all.
Red pill. But we got callers. They call us.
Yeah, they are. So we're gonna call you back because you already put black women at the bottom of the map. So you've let us know how you feel.
No. That's just that's statistically. That's not my opinion.
Statistics. No, them is red pill statistics.
These red pill statistics.
No. That's not. That I don't do personal shit. Like if I'm gonna say something like that and I know it ain't fact, or if I don't know it to be an understood thing, then I would just say this is how I feel. But I don't really operate like that.
Understood from who?
What?
Right. Based off
red pill. All races rock with black women. That we dog our black women the most, but they dog us too, and then call us kings. So we all fucked up.
Right, and I was gonna say, and black men are the most yearned for, but not necessarily the man. It's the black penis that they're yearning for because it's all known to be the largest. So let's keep it real here.
It's deeper than that. And pause.
How you gonna tell a woman it's deeper than that? That's why we want the black men, because they go deeper than that. A larger amount of women out here got money now. So we ain't gotta chase your bag when we got a bag, but we can't sleep with ourselves. Even you're hearing women take roses over niggas' houses.
But Dahlia, let me say it like this. Do you know the difference between my bag and your bag? And not like, I'm not saying like your money. Like, let's say we both you got 30,000, I got 30,000. Do you know the difference?
The difference is you're gonna have to share your bag.
Tell them the difference, cuz.
My bag makes me attractive. My bag makes me attractive. Your bag doesn't.
Why doesn't it?
30,000, and you did say, you said the realest shit though. You said that if you got 30,000, you ain't gotta share your shit. If I come with 30 and you got 30, guess what? You ain't even gonna have to dip into that, because that's what I'm programmed to do. I'm programmed to take care of you. So what the fuck? You got the money? That's cool. That's cute. That's all good. But a man is naturally designed to take care of his woman. So why do you think we care about your money? You saying
so the hilarious thing is you're not though.
Asking for you to be providers.
But it's not a negative. That's not a negative. The issue though is when you come and see my 30,000, you're like, oh, you got 30,000. I'm gonna leave you alone and I'm gonna go talk to her with nothing. That's the sad thing versus us combining our money.
Okay.
That's the part.
That's cool, but that's not what you said. What you said.
But that's what you're gonna do.
This is mine, and you under. No. Don't speak hypothetically. We talking about.
Don't speak hypothetically then.
Hold on. Wait. Dad, let me just finish. You got your 30. I got my 30. Oh, do we got 60? Do you got 60 and do I got 60?
If we talking about hypothetically, let's talk about $25 then. Let's talk about $25.
I got 30 and you got 60. That's pretty much how it go, right? Is that how it is?
Yes.
Yo.
Hey, there you look like a little kid getting candy.
I said yes.
Oh, okay, my fault. No, I couldn't hear you. I apologize. That's why it was a long pause. But what I'm saying is, that's why your money doesn't matter. And it's not nothing. It's no flex with that. But at the end of the day, if women had that mindset that where I'm bringing 30, you bringing 30, and we got 60 all together, then the whole game would be men don't care. We really don't.
So women don't have that mindset? So you feel like women don't have that mindset that my 30 and your 30 would be 60?
No, most women don't.
No, most men don't have the 30.
You said what?
Most men don't have the damn 30. That's what it is.
Yeah, but most women don't have the 30 either. So I mean,
a large amount of women got the 30, and the men with the 30 don't talk to the women with the 30.
They talk with the women. They talk with the women with the 25.
Yeah, a man
Don't.
with the
Okay,
30 is not going to talk to the woman with the 30 because, like you just said, the woman with the 30 is unattractive. But I feel like an immature man with the 30 would feel like that. Because why would a mature
that's
man
how
with the
you
30 not want to
feel.
get with a chick with the bag versus being stressed out and
But this,
losing? Because if I walk up to you and you got 30 and I got 0, you really about to lose. Versus there's a chance now that you're 15, you're dropped from 30 to 15 because of me, but I got 30. I can give you back the
this,
15. Why
this,
would you not come
this
to
is what
me?
you do though.
This
Now
sounds more
you
like a
create
business
all this shit in
proposition.
your head. This is what
Right.
you do
But
to your
This
that's what
don't even
married
sound
brain.
like
is.
You
people ain't
create all
falling
this
in
shit in,
love and
you
liking each
create
other
all
no
this
more.
shit in your. You
Well, bad luck,
say
you
that
kind of
again, bro.
right. They're not because it's like you don't have the
It's
opportunity to fall
crazy.
in love. So you're right. It's like, oh, well, you make enough, I make enough. Let's get together based off that. You're right about
What
that.
what happened? What happened to
Everything
that
is
shit? Motherfuckers is
transactional.
coming. How much? Let me see your bank statement. Do it match this? Let me
Right. Here's the
fuck all that.
table. What do you
Hey,
bring to the
we
Damn,
coming
table?
with a business plan.
man,
Yes.
fuck all that. God
But
damn. Like,
but
not
y'all
But
act
ba-
like
initially.
this.
Like
Y'all act
y'all,
like this. What y'all really be on though? See, you know what? In these rooms, in these podcasts, bro, it be so beautiful. It sound good, and we got it all figured out. But when you meet somebody, all these politically correct ass conversations do not exist. And I don't like the fact that y'all play like this shit happens. And you know why I got a lot of shock value? Because I say what it really is on the podcast versus when we're sitting in here being politically correct.
But
When you gonna sit there and ask me how much do you make a year?
Come again and say what?
as the host though, let me defend some real shit though, because we could go real. Because here's the realest shit, Red Pill. Do you surround yourself with the type of women that you talk about?
You said, do I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I surround myself with women that I talk about.
No, I
Absolutely.
mean like, do you pod with them? Like, if y'all didn't know, Red Pill Crip has his own show, right? Shout out to Red Pill Crip. He comes on our show multiple times, but he has his own platform. He has his
Right.
own thing that he does. And in reality, I don't see you surrounded by these angels. I
he
follow
said these
many of the girls
angels.
that you associate with on your pod, and they no different than us.
Oh yeah, no. When I'm at work, I can't that's like me going to work and then choosing the people that the company hires to
But
be
how are
around
you
me. It's not
keeping
that.
it real if you're not
I just
keeping it real? Hold on. But how are you keeping it real? Like, what is the you gonna tell everybody else
I'm
that they
talking
on
about
some ice
in
cream
my
bullshit,
personal
but you
life.
on the same shit at work? I'm just
You
I'm
said
curious.
it's
saying in my personal
podcast
life,
though,
I do
bro.
not be.
You said it's
I don't be around
podcast though.
immoral people. I don't be around immoral people, and it don't matter the gender. I don't care. I don't fuck with raggedy bitches. I don't fuck with fuck niggas at all. Like you don't get my time like that unless it's business. And then I'll be around you until that business done and that money hit, and then that's cool. We can part ways to the next time we about to get a check.
But what's that have to
I
do with
don't
dating?
like that.
Red Pill, what is the 3 top qualifications a woman has to have for you to date?
Modesty, feminine, and attractive.
Bro,
So he said he don't care about the money. He said he don't care
So
about the
hold on.
money.
So let's replay them.
All right.
Modesty, femininity, and what was the last one? Attractive.
Attractive, yeah.
So where's loyalty? Where's morals?
See, that fall. It falls into
Education,
my
upbringing.
Well, I was gonna say, what about intelligence? But
I don't care about intelligence.
Damn.
so you want your life partner to be a hard?
I don't need no woman that thinks because she went to trigonometry class that she got an opinion about everything.
Did you go to trigonometry class? Are you gonna be the stronger
with
link?
a master's degree with an opinion about common sense shit. Like, nah, I got this.
But I have a question. So do you got the trigonometry understood? Because keep in mind, if you don't have that master, somebody has to be the stronger person in that department. Y'all both can't fail in trigonometry, and you're upset she's smarter in that. Wouldn't that be a win for you if she know math and you don't?
I mean, there's holes that she can fill in, but for the most part, when you got a man that got his shit together, he don't need people to fill in holes.
What's a man's shit together?
Not his spouse.
When you say a man shit together, because everyone's definition of that's different. For you, what does that mean when a man has his shit together? Because we were talking about math.
When his life works with or without you, that's a man that got his shit together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So my question would be, if she's mentally intelligent in math, stronger than you, why is that not okay for you? I don't understand. Like, it's like she can't be smart. Why? How's that not a
No, no,
win
no.
for you?
It's not that that's a problem. It's that inherently women with when they get these degrees and they get these accomplishments in their life, they start creating problems for nothing just because, well, I got this piece of paper and I'm with a man that made everything in my life insignificant that I earned. Now let me just throw shit in there. Let me just throw the wrench in the road for nothing.
I
Hey,
feel like
can I speak
You
from
get what
real
I'm
life
saying?
experience?
And I'm not
Let
saying
me let me
I'm
get
not
out of that.
saying
Let
that
me
don't
get
make
out of the
sense.
hypothetical world for 1 second. Let's get out of the hypothetical, because in reality, my wife, right?
go ahead.
My wife. Yeah, I'm gonna mute it so it doesn't reverberate. My wife, she my wife. Now, first of all, she got her degree recently. And one big thing with her getting her degree was just having the spare time to kind of do it because she watches the kids all day, right? And nigga, ain't nothing changed in my goddamn house since my wife got her degree. Nigga, besides her plans have elevated, right? The goals that she's targeting for her own personal goals. Because that's the thing, bro. You don't own a woman. A woman still has to grow and still has to live her life and still has to
There.
pursue a goal. And I mean that's what I always say for the single gentlemen who don't understand. When you're serious with somebody, all of this little fabrication shit, it kind of goes away. You just start living with the person, and now you focusing on living, and hopefully, Lord willing, you focusing on living better,
And
right?
I think too that men too, if you're with this woman and she's elevating, that's still y'all. Like, I think that there are men out here that get offended. Like, okay, like you said, it's like, well, now she got this degree. Now you feel away because she got a degree. But y'all are together. It ain't like she's made you feel less. If you feel less because she got a degree, that's a you problem. So my issue though is this is still your partner. So y'all's alliance just became stronger from that degree. Copeland didn't get that degree, but his wife did. So whatever doors that she's now able to walk in that she didn't used to, their family is going in the doors. I feel like
Yeah.
certain men get offended at the ability that their woman is able to walk in doors that they're not. So now they feel a way about the woman. But this is your woman. Y'all are a partnership. So
No,
yes,
that's cool with me. That's cool with me because on the other end, I'm smarter than my woman in different places that
All
she's
right,
not smart
Red
at.
Pill. We got hold on 1 second. We got another caller, Red Pill.
and I want to read the comment.
Hold
Red
on,
pill, being
hold
cute,
on, hold on.
modest, and feminine is enough. Is enough. No peace. No shoulder,
Come
no
on
gear,
back,
no.
caller.
Oh, well, I can't read it while you're talking. I don't know what's happening.
Well, we got
It's a lot
callers
going
calling
on.
in over here. My bad.
It's cracking.
Thank you. Look, thank you, Red Pill, for coming
Thank you,
out. God
Red
bless you. Good
Pill.
night.
Y'all crazy, boy.
I know we're waiting on the next caller to come in, but I wanted to say something while Red Pill was talking. I think a lot of men don't realize this too. Um, Delia said, where does education and her morals and all that come in? That does come under modesty. But what men also need to realize, especially because this was one of Red Pill's standard, a woman being feminine, that is a woman of intelligence because she knows her position, she knows her strengths, she knows how to actually be a partner, she knows when and how to be submissive. That is an intelligence. So when you say you don't want an intelligent woman, you don't want a feminine woman because a feminine woman is intelligent.
I
And
think he don't
actually,
want a
her man
woman. He
looks
want a
to her for
girl.
that.
I feel like he wants a
Well,
girl, not a woman.
that's he may want a girl, but he wants what he's used to having. Anything out of what you're not used to is out of his comfort zone.
Right.
So
And he's used to
unfortunately,
dumbass girls.
right. So when you're used to a particular part dealing with particular people, then unfortunately you can't think any further than that until you actually run into somebody that's different. And if by chance he gives that a possibility, then at that point he'll learn that there's something different out there.
And
But
he ain't healed through the wound. So he only sees through that wound. If he could heal
right,
past it, then he could actually grow and want more. So since he ain't
exactly.
even healed from that, yep, he's just repeating the same cycle over and over. But then mad at the women for being the same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the words of Bam because I think the biggest thing with healing It's just being able to accept the lesson and the good in the situation. And it's like, they say to love is to have lost, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
like super poetic, but I think that's hella true. And I think people don't I think, I hope for Red Pill that he does get to enjoy some of the perks of falling in love. Because it's huge. Hold on, we got that caller.
Red Pill be pissing me off though. Real. He
I feel
boy, you
like he
talking about.
purposely called in to do
Yeah,
that.
he do. He be grinding my gears. He
Red,
know it
Red
too.
Pill know he
We,
get under
we got
your
a caller
skin,
that's
so
called in a couple times. Call back. Now stay on the phone. I see you.
But yeah, that thing, boy, he
I do
just
want to add this too because it was a comment left below, and I don't know if Bad Luck said it or I don't know who said it, but um, we are a product of our environments. People are like, "You're not a product of your environment." Yes, you are. Like logically, scientifically, you are a product of your environment. Whether that environment inspires you to be like it and to attract what you're used to, or whether that environment motivated you to be different and to grow outside of it. But you are definitely a product of your environment. People be like, "Oh no, I'm not. I lived in the hood, but that doesn't mean I'm hood." Yeah, but if some real shit pop off, you got a lot of survival tactics that your ass learned in the hood because
right.
you're a product of your
and you
environment.
gonna switch hood in 2.2 seconds.
And that's what
Exactly.
people don't understand, and that is the biggest concept of interracial dating is when we, like, for me, I've never told my son that you cannot have a white girlfriend. My son's 17. My son wouldn't even date a white girl. And that's because he feels like that would be disrespectful towards me, his grandmother, his great grandmother, and his great great grandmother, who actually is a byproduct of her mother being raped by a slave owner. So it's not something that's like, oh, because of what happened to my seventh generational grandmother, I'll never date a white woman. It's my mama black. Everything that I've known is from a black woman. The way that I've learned to love is from a black woman. And I just don't feel like a woman outside of his race would understand that love. They wouldn't understand the grit and the motivation and the upbringing and the protecting and the praying of what a black woman does versus what a white woman does. So I've never told, and I actually talked about this on my TV show because everybody was like, "You wouldn't let your kid date a white girl." My son don't want to date a white girl because he's not in an environment where white women are praised or looked at as more valuable. His mother is the most valuable thing to him in his life right now, and that's a black woman. So that's what my sons are raised on. And it's not because I'm racist. My daddy is Italian and Indian. I'm not racist. I live in a world that doesn't put a value on who I am, and I'm the creator of life. So
Mm, powerful. I like the sentence, that last
So
part.
so we got caller Killer call back in. Killer, did you have something you want to add?
I call back
killer.
the Midwest Southern Cowboy player. Yo, what does your husband say about all of that stuff, though?
Huh?
You too.
Wait, what?
Here's the question: what does your husband say about your son dating a white girl? What does your husband say?
I'm currently not married. I'm divorced, but my son's father is
Oh,
married to a
oh,
biracial woman. And
oh, wow.
I feel like when I talk to my son, like I said, it's never been a conversation where I've told my son not to date a white woman. Um, if my son was close enough, I'd let you talk to him directly. But it I don't know what the conversation is between him and his father as far as his father being married to a biracial woman. My son knows that I'm biracial. He knows that his father is black. Um, I don't have a problem with
Okay.
it. Like
I
I
was
said,
just
my
wondering
brothers.
about not cutting off your wheels from my sister, not cutting off none of your wheels from anything like that. I just be wondering how, like, when my sisters be talking about raising their kids and being in relationships, I just be wondering, like, well, dang, man, y'all got all that information, y'all so powerful. What happened? Like, why are y'all single? Like, And I know it's my mama. Before y'all jump to the try to answer the question, understand what I'm saying. Not insulting or anything like that. My mama, beautiful woman, strong woman, but she's single. And I ain't gonna put her business out there, but I can see why, like, whoa, Nelly, I can see why, like, ugh,
So why?
Y'all just asking y'all, like, why do y'all talk all this real bad? Like, for instance,
No, answer this.
I
You
keep
said that
100.
you can see why your mama's single. Why is your mama single?
Well, I don't really want to throw her thing out. So this is talking about my mom. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm not
Well,
gonna.
I
I'm
get
not
that,
gonna
but we
really.
don't know your
But
mama, so like.
well, put it like this. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100 and not use her name, and I'm gonna just create a character. When you weak and you don't really hold you don't really hold it down. You just got a weak energy, and you waiting for welfare, and you're not really there.
You're not
So
healed.
because
Your
she's
mother was
not.
never a healed woman. And so she wasn't able to attract what she deserved. And so I will speak up for myself and say the reason that I'm single right now is because the last man that I attracted to me was somebody that I attracted to me while I was rebuilding myself. And instead of waiting until I was where I was supposed to be and allow myself to attract somebody to me that was whole, I've ended up in being a single mother. And it through my growth now, I understand that I would rather be a single mother
This is
and be
before your
healed and
child. This is
whole
before your
for my
child.
children to grow
If you don't
from than
mind me
to
asking,
just
my
be in a
sister, this is before
relationship.
your child.
Huh?
This is before your child. This is before
Yes,
your
sir.
last relationship you're
Yes,
talking
yes,
about. This is before your
yes,
child.
I am speaking before my child. I came from an upbringing that left me unhealed. I suffered from childhood trauma of attachment and low self-esteem, things that happened in my
Now
family.
we get
Yeah,
now.
exactly. So
But
Now
that's
we
why I'm
get
before
some
speaking for
you,
words. See,
myself.
but I definitely want to talk about the mama
I
thing because
sympathize
that
with you.
matters.
Beautiful. I ain't
Hello,
like the
sir,
wisdom.
sir.
I'm one of the ones that I come from the crack smoke. I come from clearance ain't there. I've been on my
That
own for a
nigga said
very
he
long
come from
time.
the
COVID
motherfucking
night.
crack
Been on my
So,
smoke.
own
but
for a
I got
very
a
long
question though.
time.
I got a question because you said that your mom is currently going through this, and mind you, the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because that, mind you, is supposedly an era that's before us. This is that male providing era. So, if you're saying that
That's what made me fight so hard for y'all. And seeing my mom go through the stuff. That's why I fight so hard. That's why I've been with my same woman since I was a kid. I'm 36 now. You feel me?
Right. So
that's what made me fight so hard for what I got. I got 3 daughters. Like, you talking to a real king that's out here and fighting for my sisters and telling my niggas to pull their pants up. This shit is ridiculous. Let's get this shit together. You know what I'm saying?
So my question though is you were stating though that she's single for these reasons, and some of the reasons you were listing were some of the decisions that she's making. My question though is why do you think that maybe a man doesn't see that she's been hurt as to why she's performing this way and not value her enough to work with her? I feel like our black men are seeing us battered and abused. You said what?
Like, to be honest, like I didn't talk to my mom, and I understand why she's the way she is. Because my grandmother, you feel me? I do my research. I understand the way my grandfather, my grandmother was boss. She told Carl to call, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. I know that bitch at that job is fucking, my grandma was vicious. And he took it all the way to his grave. She bullied my granddaddy all the way to and that traumatized my mama, my uncle, and my aunties. So I seen both women. You feel me? But that ain't always the option. And I see how I operate with my wife. You know what I mean? Like, I'm quiet. I deal with my wife. Hey, she know when I get mad. But at the end of the day, like, I'm more the relaxed, quiet, cool, calm, collective. Here, my paycheck, I work. You talking to a worker, which I gotta get.
So basically, you didn't hear nothing that I just said, though.
I ain't got time
Basically.
without
Okay.
tattoos and piercings.
All right. Well, Killer, thank you. Thank you, Killer.
I'll get y'all later, man. Later.
All right, thank you.
Just kill her.
Now look, my mom, she didn't give a shit if I dated a white girl, black girl, or nothing. But my my one of my aunts, she didn't dig that shit.
The fact you said aunt lets me know.
Yeah, my one of my aunts, aunties, whatever you want to say, she didn't
Yeah.
like that shit.
I'm gonna say it like this. I don't think that black women or black mothers have I think black mothers have just as much problem with their black sons dating white women as white fathers have a problem with their white daughters dating black boys.
Hey,
Facts.
Right.
fact,
So
fact.
we don't
Fact.
really have a
Fact.
problem. We just have a preference. And the
Fact.
preference is be with somebody who respects you, who can stand proud next to you, and who you can actually go to war with, and war won't divide y'all because y'all two different motherfuckers.
But I
Period.
seen that too. I seen a prejudiced man talk shit to my mama because my mama was friends with this white lady, right? And her husband didn't like black people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you know? His daughter end up fucking with a nigga and getting pregnant by
That'd be
the
karma.
nigga, right? And then so when the baby come out, oh man, he loved the baby. Now he love black people. Now he love
Because
black
racism
people.
is taught. You have to unlearn that. You have to, man, look, it's taught.
It's definitely
My
taught.
Yeah,
brother
I
got a
hear
my
you.
brother has a
I
My
hear
child
4 year
you.
old son
with
is
a
in love with
woman.
my next door neighbor right now. And it's amazing to me that on both sides of my house it's literally kids his age. So there's a little black girl on one side with brothers, and there's two little white girls on the other side with a brother. And when I tell you my son is didn't it wasn't based off no race, it wasn't based off nothing but the fact that Allie just so happened to be the same age as him because he met the other little girl first. They played and all of that. But when he met her and seen how they were little together and could ride tricycles together, all that colorism didn't matter. It was like, oh, this is my girlfriend because she's little my age and she's 1 year older than him. But for him,
She's
all the
little
other
body.
kids are big. She's itty bitty, just like him, and they all be outside. And it's Mexicans over here, white kids. It's a Asian kid over here, and it's black kids. But because that little girl is the exact same size as him, yes. So I do know it's taught because they don't see that. And I know for a fact that her parents are not the fondest of African Americans based off how the dad was because they earned that house. The dad was the original, well, they're basically my son's friend's grandpa owned the house. He was not the nicest guy. And then the son inherited with the house. So I know the parents probably ain't as enthused about me being over here, but I look at them away just like they may look at me away. Y'all ain't paying no rent, and I'm paying my rent. So I feel away, y'all feel away, but our kids get along. So we need to get along for the sake of that because it is taught, and they don't see that. They love each other.
And that goes back to your environment. If you are in an environment that is diverse, where everybody is being treated equally, where everybody looks the same, plays the same, acts the same, you are not going to care about. That's how these biracial couples are happening because people are growing up in the same environment with the same structure. And usually, if you grow up in the same community, it's the same morals, the same values because y'all are a community. And usually, the same type of people live next to each other, especially if your kids play with each other. Because let's
Mhm.
be honest, my kid's not playing with nobody unless I see what your mama fucking look like. I need to talk to her. I need to see how she responds to shit. I need to say hello because I understand that I raise my children or there's a certain energy in my home. If I don't feel that type of energy or close to that energy, receptive off of you, my children can't hang with your kids because your kids are different than my kids. And I don't need nothing influencing my child that is not copacetic with what we're standing on over here morally and valually. That also goes back to thinking about when people say a product of the environment and choosing who's in your environment. People who usually make the same money live in the same environment. People who usually have the same schooling live in the same environment. That is how you are created. That is that is where your morals and standards and values and your comparisons come from as you grow and you start to make your own decisions based off of the beliefs and what's ever instilled from you from your household. That's why a lot of white people didn't want black people in their neighborhoods, because they were raising their children certain ways, and you can't raise your children certain ways with the people that you don't like in your neighborhood.
Exactly. And then worsely, you would get the situations like this new thing where, you'll get people and they're like, oh, well, I want to move my child, to North Kansas City or to Lee Summit or Blue Springs. So, to get them in a nicer area, but now you've pulled them out of what they're used to. And now they're not able to thrive the same mentally and whatever, and vice versa. If you've been a suburban person all this time and now I drop you off in a hood school, yeah, like you said, the hood kids know how to thrive. A city kid would, a person that's more from the suburbs but ain't never been exposed to that level of whatever, it may not never know how to handle that. And those moments definitely matter. So I'm just thankful you brought up the product of the environment thing, because people act oblivious to that, but there's reasons why we're judged a certain way. When we seen Stacey Dash on Clueless, that wasn't Brandy on Moesha, and we know that. You wouldn't have put Stacey Dash on Set It Off. These are calibers. So it's like all of that matters. Just like when we talk about alphas in society, alpha ain't got nothing to do with masculinity, but there are alpha women just like there are beta women. There are alpha men just like there are beta men. There are men that can walk into a room and assertively address the room. And there are men that are timid and don't know how. Just like there are women that can go into a room and address the entire room and have everybody feeling away, versus there are women that are kind of just in there like, well, I don't really know. Whatever you guys want. That ain't a negative or a positive. It's just the reality of the levels that we all are at.
Right.
Right. No, agree. What?
Segway. I don't know
and
what's
when you
happening
get
right
on,
there.
he leave his ass for a white girl.
What is he doing?
What is he doing?
What is who doing?
You. Are you
Shit.
peeing?
No, I'm moving and grooving. I'm outside. I can't be peeing, girl.
I don't know. I just the angle looked like it was like you dropped it on the. I thought you was peeing.
No, I'm outside, baby. I'm
I
outside,
thought you took the
baby.
phone in the bathroom. Like, hey, you said I'm a
Hell
real
no.
mingler.
He said, I'm out here, the real mingler.
The real mingler.
I'm the one and only mingler.
For real. Copeland
Yes,
segue,
man.
I'll segue. This is the Love Live. And if you don't know, this is a safe space. We do this every Sunday. We're at episode 19, I'm not mistaken. So we're
That's my
really
favorite
rocking and
number.
rolling. We doing it.
Real
Yes.
19.
Yes, this is episode 19, if I'm not mistaken. So we out here moving and grooving. We
Copeland, what
doing our
number?
thing.
Copeland, how many numbers, episodes have we done?
I don't know what happened to Delia. But we're like on episode 19. She segued so hard she kicked herself out of here. Well, guess what, y'all? She segued at the perfect time because we actually have a caller. Caller. What's your name?
Phil, can you hear me?
Yeah, your name is Phil?
Phil with a P.
With the P. What's up, Phil?
No, Bill Clinton.
Oh, like Bill Clinton. My bad, Bill.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Am I on live?
Yeah, you're on live.
All right. How's everyone doing? Hey, so
See
I
that,
have a
man.
different perspective, I guess, because going back to what you guys were talking about earlier, obviously you can tell I'm a white guy, and I agree with a lot of what they're saying. At the same time, and I'm curious, and I want to ask everyone on the panel, if you don't mind, a lot of you are single, correct?
Yes.
And I'm married.
You're married? Okay. So how for the people who are single, how are you meeting people in today's world? Are you doing the online dating shit?
No.
No.
Okay. So I guess I have a different perspective because a lot of what I do is online dating. And a lot of what I'm hearing is just we can break it down to race, but a lot of it just seems like a general mistrust. And I mean, I hear some even the callers who are calling in. I mean, talking about like how much money you make, and this is just a lot of it just seems kind of superficial. And what I'm boiling it down to is I think today's society is different, and I think today's society is toxic. And I think a lot of when we're talking about dating and stuff, I think it's a reflection of that. I mean, what do you guys think on that?
A reflection of it, what, being toxic?
I think a lot of, and not just what I'm hearing on here. I don't think a lot of what I'm hearing on here is toxic. I think it's very truthful. But I'm talking about in general, it just seems really toxic because going back to earlier, because one of the ladies was talking about, and I think you were saying it in this about the shots and how people would become robotic. I think people have already become robotic. I'm not saying because of vaccinations or anything. I'm talking about in society in general. I think a lot of people. Society is robotic because we don't want to say the wrong things to offend somebody.
Yeah, that's how
And you
they
guys are talking a
created
lot
us.
about race.
That's the
Yeah,
that's
I,
the
And you're
society
talking
that
about a
was
lot about.
molded.
Oh, I'm
and I
sorry.
most definitely agree with the whole superficial thing. A lot of expectations in relationships now. It doesn't matter whether it's black, white, green, yellow, blue, purple. A lot of expectations between people are superficial. A lot of people ask for a certain thing, but then in real reality, in the truth of the matter, they really don't want that. Or either they go to for the total opposite. You want a woman that has a good job and intelligent and makes good money and independent. But then you, like we say, you go to a total opposite, and that's even reverse with the men. Even with women, we say we want a man that does this, this, and that, and then we go and pick the guy that doesn't have any of that shit. So at the end of the day, it is a lot of superficial. So a lot of people do need to start asking themselves and being honest with themselves on what they really want. And at that point, if you can be honest with yourself about what you really want, you can actually find somebody that fits that kind of profile to where you can build with them. So then at that point, just when we go back to the previous caller, when you do have 30,000 and I have 30,000, now we have 60,000. And it's not a difference. It's not that, oh, he has 30 and I have 30 and he only has 30. He has 60 and I have 60.
And we took the time to
Right.
find out that we could work with our finances because we didn't use our hormones first. Because a large amount of us are sleeping with each other and then the rest ain't falling. And that's where our problems are. If we could be mature enough to hold our hormones back long enough to actually find out if we can spend money, save money, build something together outside of just a baby, then we would know. Because we becoming baby mamas and baby daddies too soon. And that's where our problem is lying.
And I'm gonna
But
add to both of
still,
them.
you have to be honest with yourself going in. Can you actually be a woman or a man that can share your money? So even like you said earlier, Delia, on the line with Red Pill, can you actually, if you have 30, can you share half of your 30 with him?
Right.
Just like, can he have 30? Can he share half his 30 with you? So you have to ask those hard questions and not be superficial or just talk hypothetical when we're talking about these issues, and be honest with yourself so you aren't on this fairy tale ass made up relationship that you'll get into that then now it's not going to work because it's like our caller now, Bill, is on the phone. It ain't gonna matter whether you green, yellow, or purple. You ain't gonna share me 30,000 that you got, so I still only got 30 and you only got 30.
Hey, hold
And
on.
that's not how it's supposed to be in a relationship, regardless to what race you are.
Let's let
And I
Anna.
feel like it's
Anna,
like
I know you had something you wanted to say. Anna was trying to
Yeah,
get in there.
I wanted to add on to what Delia and Bronze Beauty said, and then I wanted to ask Bill a question. So to add on to that, we do live in a toxic society, and with Bronze Beauty saying, be realistic with yourself, heal so that you know your boundaries, heal so that you're not subsidizing the lack of loneliness for what you want a relationship to be. You're lonely, so you're settling, and now you're in this situationship because you used your hormones to dictate how you want to deal with this person or what red flags you'll ignore because you didn't take time to really heal and build yourself to find an equal. The dating pool has piss in it. We already established that, Bill.
right.
When you were asking about the dating apps. So me personally,
Yeah.
I've been on dating apps. Dating apps get 72 hours for me, and then I'm out that motherfucker. The question that you had about dating apps, was it referring to the fact that you could possibly match with somebody outside of your race?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry. The last part about matching with the race, I didn't hear it all.
Yeah, when you were asking about dating apps, was your question geared towards like matching or having compatibility with somebody outside of your race?
Yeah, I mean, part of it was because I was just curious if you're speaking from a past experience where you've talked to other men from outside your race, and if it was on the dating apps. Like, I don't date men. Obviously, I date women, but I think that, how do I say this? I think the experience with meeting women on the dating app is still different than going out and meeting women. I guess you'd say in real life.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
So let me ask you this: are you attracted to black women, Bill?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And yeah, like I've been with 5 different women who were black, and were they different than white women in some ways? Yes, but at the same time, like the other women I've been with who were like all white, they were all different too. Like everyone has a different personality. At the same time, I can see what you guys are saying because I come from like I grew up in Johnson County, and so like a lot of the things you guys are saying, it's true.
Dang, I wanted to hear what you had to say.
When I was growing up. I'm sorry?
I bet her phone died.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Her phone died probably.
Oh, Anna's phone died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my phone's still here.
Yeah, we're
No,
here.
her
You
phone
said you
didn't
grew up
die.
in Johnson.
Yeah, he grew up in Johnson County. Continue, Bill.
Yeah. So a lot of like especially the ladies were saying about some of that stuff. It is true. And I'll also say this, and I commend you guys. I listen to you almost weekly. Part of the problem is too is like it seems like we can't have these fucking conversations because if we do, there's a mistrust, and then accusations get thrown around, and if we can't have conversations and people can't learn from each other, and then we have these I don't know, stereotypes or whatever in our minds. How do you play it out, right? If you can't talk to other people.
Right. No, that's true.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think that's one reason why we actually created this actual podcast is so that we can have non-judgment conversations with people everywhere. Because it's not. It's. We're showing no judgment to anybody out here. We want everybody to be able to feel safe to call us and be able to talk about all these issues and be able to help. And like Anna said, to piggyback off of that, to heal. That's the biggest thing. So let's make it clear. It doesn't matter, like I said before, whether you blue, black, green, yellow, orange, white, purple, you have to heal. That is the number one thing because you're still human. And if you don't heal first, you're going to take all that toxic and hyper superficial shit into a new relationship, and it's not going to work with anybody. And you're going to repeat the cycles with the next person, whether it's a interracial couple, a biracial kid, whether it's anything. It was not going to work because it's unhealed. As a person, you have to heal so that you can actually ask yourself the truthful question, sit by yourself to know what you are, which goes back to our original topic. Know what your boundaries are and what you're willing to actually to accept and not accept and stand on it and be okay. And at that point, we all live happily ever after. And I really actually don't think that it would necessarily be an issue with black and white actual dating if we were all healed first. Because at that
Right.
point, it wouldn't be a one thing that we seeing, whether it be a white woman or a black woman supporting our black man differently. Because guess what? If we all heal first, we would all be supporting our black man. We would all be supporting our white man. We would also be supporting our black women. We would all be supporting our white women. It wouldn't matter.
I have one question before Bill leaves. Bill, out of the black women that you dated, would you have married any of them?
Yeah. So out of the 5 I've been with, I would probably say 4 out of the 5 I probably would have married. And I'll tell you.
Would you have took her to your granddad's house?
One thing I really appreciated with those particular women was they're very honest. And to me, honesty is the most important thing you can have in a relationship. Where other women, they would kind of skirt around things. And again, maybe it's just on them, but it kind of feels like the society of where it's all superficial and we try to avoid conflict. Because it's not, conflict is bad. You might hurt someone's feelings if you say something they don't agree with. So those other partners were a lot like that. And it's very hard to have a relationship like that.
So how did those relationships end? Did you end them or did they end them?
I I would say, I mean, I ended some, and then some they ended, with me. But they all kind of had a general theme. I mean, it was trust and communication, and not trust in the sense that we were cheating on one another. It's just, if I'm on one page and you're on another page, like you're going to keep having arguments, and if you can't get on the same page, like naturally, I mean, the natural evolution of a relationship, it ends, right? So.
Well, I want to stop misnaming things too in relationships, because that doesn't sound like a trust problem. That sounds like a growth problem. Like y'all wasn't growing at the same pace. So if there was trust,
Oh.
but y'all wasn't on the same level, then it's
Or maybe
growth
he just
that
couldn't
y'all
trust
didn't
her with
have.
money though. Like it might not have been trust issues with cheating. It would be like, oh, she got a shopping problem. I can't trust her with money.
I feel like it reminds me of that game. Y'all remember that game Trouble that we used to play? And it had the 4 colors with the bubble in the middle. All
Yeah.
right, and you push it. All right, I feel like that's the issue. We be playing that. So everybody be tiptoeing around the board. Nobody knows exactly what we doing or where we going, but we all trying to get on around that board. That's, I feel like, the problem. Nobody knows where we going, but we all racing, trying to get there together. So the
Yeah.
growth issue that you're saying, I do agree, because you'll be with somebody and you'll be growing away from them, all because
Yep.
you can't even discuss. So like, hate to bring Red Pill up, but like even with his mindset. So now here I am, I done enrolled into college, and I may have even went to class today and gained this little bit of knowledge. Well, this may change my whole course and general direction of my life, all from that class. But I couldn't
Yeah.
even discuss that with him. Well, now I'm about to grow without him, and he ain't gonna understand. So now he's like, well, yeah, ever since she went to that school, she changed. But no, stuff started happening at that
I
school.
grew.
Yes, that allowed me to evolve, but I
Right.
couldn't share it with you. So now I've grown past you, and you feel like I changed, and that ain't what happened. I feel like that the lack of discussion for these things definitely does matter. And the
Yeah.
official sucks because now either you're dumbing down who you are so that you can get
Settling.
those. Yep, you're dumbing down who you are to get those. Or you're not sharing at all any of your gifts in hopes that you don't intimidate the next person. And a
Yep.
Yeah.
large amount of women are having to do that. And that's frustrating. Because how can we truly be who we are if who we are upsets you?
Right.
Intimidates you.
Hey, Bill, one question
Yes, sir. Yes,
before
sir.
we get you on off of here this evening. Are you currently single?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll just leave it at that. Bill, thanks for calling in.
All right.
Thanks for
Thank
always
you,
tapping
Bill.
in.
Thank you, Bill.
All
Bill,
right. Have a great
Appreciate
day.
you. Tune in next week.
So
Bill Nye, the science
so
guy.
as
That's
we push up on
definitely what
2
I
hours,
thought.
and we got shout out to the listeners. We got people listening from all over the country. Shout out to the callers. You
Hey,
know,
shout out to my guys. I always hear the guys call in. I don't never hear no
Dudes
girls
always
call
call.
in.
I
Hey,
know.
the
Ladies,
dudes call.
call
I like that.
in.
The
The
doc-
l-
dudes ready.
ladies call in on some wild shit like I like to be choked, and you remember that she called in. I want to be choked, and I know what I want. And then the
Hey,
one
and then she
called
hung
in.
up.
Hey, she did mic drop. I don't want to hear
and
what
she
you got.
hung up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember
you
when
don't remember
I
that?
think was she talking to CW?
No, that was a whole nother girl. She called her for CW. Like,
Yeah, because
ask
that one girl
CW is
called
in a
for
relationship.
called him out and hung the phone up.
Why you on here with these bitches? Ask CW is he on a relationship?
Yep,
He on here
exactly.
with 5 women. Ask him
38.
that.
That threw me off. I was like, okay.
She came in here to
Yeah.
cause havoc.
Mm-mm.
She
She
was
chose
trying to see him to
violence.
say, hey.
So, oh no, oh my God, that's gonna be a reel right there coming soon. So, so look, if y'all didn't know, we're gonna get to it. It's been 2 hours, and this has been the Love Live. This is a safe space. Tonight's episode was about boundaries and biracial dating. Thanks to all the callers, thanks to everybody on YouTube, thanks to everybody on Twitch. Please write us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube wherever you see us. And as usual, we're going to give everybody a chance to say something before we get out of here for the night, starting with CEO Anna.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys subscribe to us, like us on Instagram, Facebook, and also go check me out on 5051 The Pod, located on Apple and Spotify. Live well.
What's up, y'all? It's Bronze Beauty. Thanks for everybody calling in tonight. We appreciate all the callers. Ladies, where y'all at? Why y'all not calling in? Follow us on Facebook, The Love Live. Follow us on IG, and we'll see y'all next Sunday.
Yes, like they said, this is a safe space. Today's episode was definitely very enjoyable for me. So I can't wait to see what we doing next week, period. 9 p.m. every Sunday. Hope to see you guys same time, same place next week. Bye.